Well, that guy in the comments was right. When I said that Spider-Man was going to make 500, 550, he said, no way. He said, no way. Not with the Odyssey out there. Well, he was right about it not being 550. He thought it was going to be much lower, much, much higher. Not only was it much higher, it is the biggest opening ever, officially, beating Endgame. This movie's almost made $1 billion in its opening weekend. Holy moly. Insanity. So we'll talk about that. And we're going to get into a spoiler discussion about the movie. We'll warn you guys if you haven't seen the movie yet when we get there. So that way, if you haven't seen the film, you can bail and then come back or do whatever you want. But John Rocha did see the movie. Finally. The poor guy was fighting off some stuff. So we'll talk about the movie for sure. There's other things going on. I don't know if it's a story in there, but maybe PLD or Luke can help. I saw this at the gym though this morning. Apparently there's a holdup in the Barbie movie because of I don't know. The cast wants more money or something. I don't know. We'll talk about that. And then we'll get into some more things. We'll discuss. We'll have conversations. It's myself. It's John Rocha. It's Monday. Big show here today. Let's get into it. Here we go.
Did you shit in there?
Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, to the show here today. It is Monday. Joining me on the show, he's recovering, maybe, John Rocha. That's not John. That's me.
That's not me. Hello, everyone. Yeah.
Are you recovering? You feel better? How you feeling?
I do feel better. Not 100%. Had a rough night of sleep last night, so that's part of the game. Unfortunately, as you're getting better. So after we're done with the show, it's me resting. But I felt well enough yesterday to see the movie yesterday and do an out-of-theater reaction, which is up on my channel. And love the movie. I'm glad to be back, but certainly in better spirits than I was last week when I was doing the show.
I can't even believe that you did it last week. Not knowing what happened. So, and at like an ungodly time for you, but nonetheless, well, first of all, I should just say that John came close again from winning again. Came very close. He was number 2, but this week Chris Card won it. She had a big week last week. It was Chris Carr, then it was Rocha, then it was Roxy, then it was Winston, and then myself and Craig, our Kickstarter campaign manager. So I think I probably had a better weekend than you as you were trying to recover. You know what I saw yesterday? I took my wife and we went and we saw Chicago on Broadway.
Oh yeah. Did you enjoy that? Have you never seen it before?
I don't think I've seen the movie. And I know the songs and everything too. I've definitely never seen it on Broadway, but there's a picture of the two of us as we were there.
Look at
that. But look at these seats. We had really good seats.
Oh wow.
So I'll tell you what, the cast in general was awesome, but the standout was the woman on the right, Velma. The Catherine Zeta-Jones role made famously in the movie, obviously. Liza Minnelli, right? I don't know. She played it originally. Didn't Liza Minnelli play it originally? I don't remember.
No, you're thinking Cabaret.
Yes, I thought she sang.
It was I think it was Anne. It was the woman who was with
from Cheers. The lady from Cheers also played her, but it doesn't matter.
Newith did. She won a Tony for that.
She totally did. But this woman's name was Sophie Carmen Jones.
Okay.
This woman was born to be on stage.
Wow.
Born. Like my wife and I were just like, everybody in the cast was awesome, by the way. But she was just incredible. I mean, holy shit. Like every time she took the stage, you're just like, it was crazy how good she was. But it was really good. We went to a matinee show. We walked around the city and it was good. So I enjoyed it.
That's awesome.
Yeah, it was a good time.
She's an actress as well. She's done some movies. So she's definitely a good actress.
She's phenomenal. I mean, she really is phenomenal. So then I was checking on the Spider-Man and everything. Remember last week when we were talking about it? I said 515, 550. And one guy thought I was crazy. He's like, with the Odyssey out there, no way the movie's gonna make that much.
Right.
And then there was the rumors of it. Well, it can make as much as 800 million. Well, it did that and then some.
Holy mackerel.
So check this out. This is it's official. Spider-Man Brand New Day beats Avengers Endgame record for the biggest U.S. opening weekend ever. Wow. And people are loving this movie. It looked like Spider-Man Brand New Day could fall slightly short of Avengers Endgame opening weekend record, but with the final box office numbers and now the wall crawler has come out on top. Spider-Man Brand New Day smashed all industry expectations at the North American box office this weekend. If it wasn't enough, it just dethroned a record held by Avengers Endgame since 2019. While it was a touch and go for a while yesterday, Sony Pictures Marvel co-production had a stronger than expected Sunday, no doubt helped by the amazing word of mouth that means it has officially surpassed the Avengers movie, breaking 357.1 million opening weekend in the U.S. No one saw this coming, even when it became apparent that Spider-Man Brand New Day had the potential to be one of the biggest hits. Can Avengers Doomsday top it? I don't know. I don't know. I might be backtracking. That may be a big ask. With final ticket sales counted and actualized, the movie has grossed a spectacular $360 million. That made up 169.8 on Friday, which includes previews on Wednesday and Thursday, 101.5 million on Saturday, and 88.7 million on Sunday. Spider-Man Brand New Day's updated worldwide is $932 million. So it won't top Avengers Endgame global start of $1 billion. China turned out in full force for Spidey, but still nowhere near on the same level as the pre-COVID days. Fans had a near 5-year wait between Spider-Man No Way Home and the latest movie, and it's hard to imagine Sony not wanting to get a sequel in theaters considerably quicker than that. As of now, 2028, 2029 seems likely. Hopefully an announcement is imminent. So before we even jump to John and myself, I want to just go over the box office numbers before we get to look at that. So overall, 927 million on the opening weekend. It absolutely 100% could hit $2 billion. Now, there's no doubt about it.
Oh yeah.
No doubt about it.
2.5 is in play. For this point.
Maybe depend because people are this. It was kind of my point of what I was saying with Doomsday. I just wish I would have said it for this movie. I'll go back to that in just a second. But the Odyssey for week 3 against Spider-Man hitting 51 million is no small feat.
It only dropped 43% against
week 3 against Spider-Man, which is nuts.
That is nuts.
It'll absolutely hit $1 billion probably next weekend.
Yeah.
So that'll be another $1 billion movie. Toy Story 5 puts in another 6.3. That's crossed over the billion. Minions and Monsters, not even at 500 yet. Still, decent considering how much the movie cost. But and then Moana struggling with 5.3 and 261 there. I mean, let's just dive right into Spider-Man. I mean, this is crazy. I mean, the fact that it just shows you just don't ever really listen to tracking at all because it's just general consensus idea. Like the big, you and I were like, well, this thing could hit 550. Oh my God. Can you imagine it hits 550? And it's like, it almost like doubled that.
Yeah.
And so we're just going to say that my point, what I had said with Doomsday was that this movie could have a major, huge opening. And if it's good and people go back to see it, it could be the most profitable movie of all time. I want to go back in time and just or dub my voiceover and go, hey, Spider-Man Brand New Day could be, and just the same thing because this is kind of what I was talking about.
Yeah.
And if people yesterday, my cousin came with him and his girlfriend came over to when I went to go to see the show. They watched my little one, right?
Yeah.
And the first thing he says is like, hey, do you think maybe you want to see Spider-Man? Because they wanted to go see Spider-Man. Like, she's not ready for that yet, but they want, everyone's talking about it. Everyone wants to go see it. It's like it's the new game in town, but everybody wants to see this movie.
Yeah.
And it's really good. Mark Riley last night texted me. It's just like, I saw it. He goes, this movie is one of my favorite Spider-Man movies, if not my favorite Spider-Man movie, if not my favorite Marvel movie. So that is going to carry over, but you loved it. You saw it yesterday.
Oh, I did that. And I'm not surprised, Riley. That is such a Riley movie. If you know Mark Riley, that is such a Riley movie.
100%.
I really was surprised. Even with all the hype from the box office numbers, everyone talking about it, your out of theater reactions, other people's out of theater reactions,
keep going.
The reviews, everything.
That's what happens.
Yeah. I was like, I don't know. Is it really gonna, sorry, I'm just adjusting my camera. Is it really gonna be as good as people say? Because I saw the IndieWire review and I saw the Rolling Stone review. So I was like, are people just kind of caught up in the groupthink? And then I was like, just absolutely in love with the movie from almost the first beat of the film. I've seen some people criticize the first act. I had no problem with the first act at all.
Love it.
I liked what they were laying the groundwork for, what they got to. The stuff with him and MJ was so touching and moving. The stuff with Ned was really great. And the way they peppered in the Punisher, the Hulk, even shots of Tombstone, Scorpion, like they did, and the Yelena Belova stuff. All of it was in the perfect amount so that it was there, but it was still very much a Spider-Man movie. And I thought that was fantastic. Along with
we'll dive
deeper
into spoilers and everything too. Once
I loved it
in a little bit, but like now, as you and I always say, week 2 normally. Week 2 is like, oh, we'll find out if it's going to be a real success. It's already a huge success. I mean, $1 billion already. And how much? And what was the budget? Like 250 or something?
I think so. Yeah.
It's already a massive hit. In weekend 1, weekend 2. I think we're going to have very similar to what happened with Odyssey.
Oh, totally.
With that super small drop off on week 2 for 2 reasons. Reason 1 is because there's, I guess it's three reasons. Reason 2 is the word of mouth, is everybody wants to go see this thing. Then you also have the fact that the IMAX screenings are coming out. They're putting in an IMAX now.
Yeah, I know. They're doing it a month, or they're taking the Odyssey out a month earlier than they had originally. That tells you the power of that movie.
It shows
that even IMAX was like, listen, we got to move this thing out.
We got to get time. Yeah, because you're going to add extra. It's not even in IMAX yet, and it made all this money. So with the IMAX money also, it's going to add more to it. And then the other side of it is that there is no competition for this movie. Odyssey had the competition in Spider-Man. Spider-Man has no competition. At all for like 2 months.
No, there's nothing. I don't even think what's at the end of Oak Street is gonna make a dent in Spider-Man or Odyssey. So it's gonna be a while before anything challenges this stuff. And so I think it's great.
Brand new date costs $225 million.
225,
225, and it's ready. I mean, it's already a massive hit
with all those actors in it and all those characters. Still only 225.
225, and so it needed to make about a little over 500 million. It said sure, no problem. And then they just made $500 million, basically. Just made $500 million.
But look how quickly, like the Odyssey took it this long just to get the 900 something million. So
and you're like, look at how fast it's making almost $1 billion. You're talking about the Odyssey.
Right. But then when you look at this is apparently like 11 days ahead of what Deadpool and Wolverine did. And so it's like, this is insane how quickly it's getting to the numbers that it's getting to. So now the question becomes, Kristian, is this your $3 billion movie?
I was just going to say the same thing. I'm like, I wish. I'm telling you, I might have just said the wrong movie. I might have just said the wrong movie. You got to use
AI and go back and change yourself.
Just change my face, but I'm like, because you would have gotten the same reaction from everybody else if you say this movie can make $3 billion. No one's really going to scoff at you now when you say that, because it is certainly in play. Is it going to happen?
Right.
That is then when you look at week 2, right? Like if depending on how big, like if week 2 is like a 50% drop off, then probably not. It'll probably have to. It's still gonna make 2 easy.
Oh, easy.
But if it drops, 25, 30%, and has another and the IMAX screenings come out. Right. It's in play, dude. It's definitely in play.
100%. I think 3 is absolutely in play. And if only we could go back in time and bet on this on Kalshi, you and I would be rich beyond our wildest dreams, man. I mean, it's insane to think about how much this thing could make down the road. 3 billion is absolutely in play. I don't think there's going to be much of a drop off, just like with Odyssey. I don't think there's going to be much of a drop off. And I think it's because for a majority of the people, and I'm not saying everybody, because not everybody loved it, but a majority of the people going to see it, there is something about the feeling I think they felt coming out of the movie. If I can gauge my own feeling coming out of the movie, it's like something you really want to feel again. So that's why you go back and see it over and over again. Those are the great movies. They're the great summer movies. They're the movies that make you smile and make you happy and make you like love the adventure and take you on these emotional journeys. And so you go back almost like a drug. You go back over and over again to feel that feeling again. And this is one of those movies. So I don't think it's dropping off much at all.
I'm with you. And I'm with you. And it's all that what you just said, but it's a little bit more as well. And
Okay.
it's the blockbuster that doesn't treat its audience like idiots and just
That's
thinks they
true.
need
Yeah.
explosions and fireworks and
Right.
oh, just stare at the CGI, stare at the monster. Hold on,
Yeah.
you want to see Mandalorian and Grogu? 3 seconds later. Rrrr. It's like I
Yeah,
don't
yeah,
need
yeah.
that. It's like
Yeah.
actually dive into the character, the maturity of where the character is going,
Yeah.
make me care enough so when that stuff and the action is happening, it's connected to the emotion of everything that's going on, that
Yeah.
by the time you get there, you're like, okay, I'm into this because he's fighting this because of what just happened. This
Right.
moment is happening because of all the lead up and build up to the emotion of what has been going on. That's what makes a movie this popular, because you're
Yeah.
invested. It's investment. It's not just, and I'm not saying there's not a place for just shoving popcorn in your face and going, look at the pretty effects. Sure.
Sure.
But I think the ones that really matter and the greats that stand
Yeah.
out are the ones that really treat the characters and the story and the audience with respect.
Yeah. 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 And the character of Spider-Man is, I think you could argue that Spider-Man is the greatest superhero ever created.
Maybe.
Because there's just something about Spider-Man that crosses over multiple generations, multiple genders, multiple like ethnicities, people from different countries. Like it just has a connective tissue for so many people, which is why it did so well globally as well as domestically. It
Right.
just speaks the language of
Yeah.
so many people. He's such, when it's done right, he's such a character that people want to cheer for and love and enjoy seeing his adventures. So yeah.
I know. It's like him. It's like if you do Batman and Spider-Man right, you have a good shot of having good box office. Spider-Man
Yeah.
is the more bright and colorful and hopeful one, so you always have a little more of a chance to put more money in the bank account because of that,
Yeah, yeah,
right?
yeah.
And
Yeah.
Tom Holland is excellent in this role. This is the best he's ever been as Spider-Man. I don't think there's been.
Oh,
This is-
yeah, no.
it's his best
Yeah.
performance, hands down. He really knows, and plus the fact, I think he's a producer on this one, so he doing all right on this.
Oh, yeah,
one.
he's doing just, and the fact that he was involved
Yeah,
with like the first script, not liking the
He
first
was.
script, him
Yep.
and Zendaya making some changes. I don't know how much they were, I don't know how much of that is like Jenna Ortega on Wednesday saying she made changes and how much of it is actual, but it feels
Well, no,
like he
Destin
was
Daniel Cretton.
involved.
Destin Daniel Cretton has come out and
said it?
said that.
Yeah,
Yeah, he
yeah.
came out and basically said that there was a whole
Yeah.
scene that Tom came in and like wrote the whole thing, and then
Yeah.
went through from the beginning of it to the end of it, and then he listed of how it should go, and
Right.
then they said yeah, and then they wrote that thing the way that he presented it. He was
Yeah.
very much involved, and this, because of this and because of that admission from Cretton, this ups his clout, because like you said,
Oh,
you can run into an actor that says that and they go, great, they got involved and that's why it was that way.
Right.
When you have a movie that's this good and everyone's
Mhm.
going, yeah, he was really heavily involved. You okay? Guy knows what he's doing with this particular character anyway.
Yeah. And he's already teasing that he's got a perfect way to hand the baton off to Miles Morales. So
Right.
he is thinking long term with this.
Smart.
You know, you think about when Tom got involved and it was like this young kid who was just happy to be a part of it.
Yeah.
I remember when he signed the second contract, he was in the bar and he wasn't sure. And there's all these conversations. And then he did eventually sign on. And now you see he's taking much more, as he grows as an adult, he's taking much more control of the character and what he thinks works, working with the directors and the writers. And man, you can't argue with the product, with the result.
No.
You know, and I see some people saying Superman's the greatest superhero. Show me that Superman $1 billion movie. Like, please, it's Spider-Man.
Well,
you can make a
Yeah,
case.
it depends on what you're talking about, right? I will still say that Superman to this day is still my favorite superhero, right?
Favorite.
Like my favorite. That's it. But it's a very different conversation as far as who's the better superhero. It's not what we're talking about.
I think Spider-Man's the greatest. period.
But John's also talking about business wise and
Yes,
returns
of
to
course.
justify those. And
Right.
so
Yeah,
there
yeah,
is no argument. There is no argument.
Yeah.
You can't, as much as I would love to say that, yeah, you're right. Superman is the one who is delivered. Against Spider-Man, he hasn't. Take
Nope.
all of the Superman movies, all of them, with inflated budget and all that stuff, put the box office there, and then put them up against every Spider-Man movie, not
Yeah.
just the Holland ones. Put them up
Right.
against the Tobey Maguire ones. Put them up against the Andrew Garfield Amazing Spider-Man 2,
Mhm.
which made almost $800 million and easily
Yeah.
one of the worst movies out of the entire franchise.
Exactly.
Then don't forget about Into the Spider-Verse and those movies and how those
Right.
deliver.
Right.
So
Right.
there's no contest. There is no contest. He is easily the greatest delivering superhero of all time. Of all time. There's no one that touches him. Not talking about popularity, not talking about who you think is better.
Right.
I prefer, like, look, I like those Batman movies. I get excited. The Nolan Batman movies, I don't know if I like the Holland movies better than those. I don't. I like the Nolan Batman movies. But overall, the three of those compared to these, not a contest as far as delivering. That's what I'm saying.
That's exactly. That's the angle I'm going at as well.
You're right.
Less Superman movies. There's a reason there's less Superman movies, because they don't do as well at the box office as other superhero movies do. And those are the things you look at here. And so to me, this is the greatest performing superhero in movies. And he's got a great rogues gallery in the comics. There have been so many wonderful storylines with Spider-Man in the comics. There's so many great writers and artists who've created great runs of Spider-Man. And he's transcended to be a part of so many different groups. So many different storylines that are overall affecting the world of Marvel. So he is, I mean, to me, he's the greatest superhero, period, man.
Yeah, and I think that you would probably I think Batman would be number 2 even over Superman when you look at all the.
Yeah, I would argue Batman as well over Superman,
when
for sure.
When you look at, again, the amount of numbers that those movies have done, plus the animated stuff of Batman, and all those other things too. I think it's Spider-Man number 1, Batman number 2, because the reason why you can make a serious argument for Batman if you wanted to, what if it was like if you were arguing and Hal Rudnick was in between us and we're doing an argument. The argument I would have is that, that Batman delivered on a rated R movie, on the Batman, and Batman delivers on a darker tone, and it's not traditionally a lot of there's some of them that are for kids, but there's not traditionally the last few. I could, if my cousin said to me, hey, I want to take Maisie to Spider-Man, like, my wife and I had the conversation maybe, but she didn't want to go, but she could if she really wanted to. There's no way she's taking the Batman, right?
Right, exactly.
And so the Batman's delivering on a full mature audience.
Yeah, you could argue it's more obstacles, more of a challenge, yet it delivers in such a powerful way, so it gets more credit. That's a fair point.
Yeah,
you could absolutely make that point. And how would give you the point there.
And I guess it was PG-13, but it felt like a rated R movie, like Fincher-wise, right? So that movie, it felt like the point is it was
just
like
the opening scene,
right? So the fact it was like a David Fincher movie. It skated on rated R. It skated on
100%.
Yeah. 100%. So either way, that's kind of my point. But you get that movie, Spider-Man, the Odyssey now again is going to cross $1 billion this week. You've got Spider-Man's going to do $1 billion. You got Odyssey, the Mario sequel, Michael. The box office is starting to kind of pick up this year.
Oh yeah,
there's another one too. I'm missing, right?
The numbers have been higher. Over the last few weeks, and I was reading the I think page 6 this morning, or the Wrap, one of the two, and they were interviewing 5 separate people who run theaters, and they were saying how much this summer has changed their projections for their success at the movie theater, how much people are coming back to the movie theaters because of these movies, even to go see stuff like Pulp Fiction being put out or Terminator 2 later on this year. Like, people are coming back in droves to see these movies in the theaters, and it's because of these films that have made $1 billion this year. It's great.
So I guess someone just made the point that we haven't had $5 billion films since 2019.
Yeah.
So is that accurate? Is it 5? It's
that sounds about right.
It's gonna Odyssey, Spider-Man, Mario, Michael. There's one more, right? What's the other one I'm missing? Toy Story.
Toy Story 5, right?
So we got 5, and then potentially 6. Has there if Doomsday does it?
Yeah, Doomsday will do it.
Has there ever been a year with 6?
Oh, I don't. That's a great question,
right? So this could be a record-breaking year, if that is indeed the case. I'm not sure if there's been 6 or not. So I mentioned Mario.
The record for the most billion-dollar movies is 2019
with
7 of them.
7.
Yeah, Avengers, Endgame, Lion King, Frozen 2, Far From Home, Captain Marvel, Toy Story 4, and Joker. So
7. Wow. Okay. So it's not going to break that.
No.
Because there's nothing else out there that could do it, right? Because
no, I don't think so.
Well, no, you think Dune, so you think 6.
Oh, Dune 3. Yes, I think that'll make $1 billion.
You think Dune.
As long as it's over 90%, it'll make $1 billion.
you think Dune. So you think it could be 6. Now,
could be 6.
Yeah, I don't know what else. I mean, there's nothing else that really could do it. That's it. So 6. That 7 is going to be hard to beat.
Yeah.
No world. Someone said Jumanji 3. No way.
I don't know.
No way.
The last one made $800-something million.
It wasn't going. It wasn't. It also wasn't going up a week later against Doomsday and Dune.
True. Very good point.
So no world that's going to do that. Plus, I think that people aren't that excited about it. But I liked the last trailer, by the way.
Jumanji. I thought that was a lot of fun.
Yeah, me too.
Yeah, the Spanish stuff was funny. Yeah.
All right, look. So those are our thoughts on the box office of it all. We're going to come back. We're going to do a big spoiler conversation. So we're going to let you guys, if you haven't seen the movie, you can bail for a little bit. We'll put the spoiler thing on the bottom when we come back. But before we do, I want to tell you guys about Factor, tell you about Rugiet, and then we'll be right back. Okay, my routine can get screwed up like that with my schedule, right? So, I know I've traveled and things coming up, but this is where Factor really comes in when it comes to eating real food. You guys know the Factor makes chef-crafted, dietitian-designed, ready-to-eat meals, so you don't have to choose between real food and convenience. Factor meals are ready in 2 minutes and require no prep, no cleanup. So even on the days your schedule is completely out of control, eating well is still achievable. 97% of users agree that Factor meals help them live a healthier life, so you can feel confident that you're doing something good for yourself with every meal. I love Factor. For me, it's I've been eating every 2.5, 3 hours. And so when I have these meals ready to go and the stuff that I know that I like, Factor has that stuff. It's been so easy for me. I've been talking about them for years. You guys know it. And people have been saying, I've tried it too. And you're 100% right. It's delicious too. All right, let's eat real. Head on over to factormeals.com/Christian50off and use that code Christian50off and get 50% off and 1 free breakfast item per box for 1 year while supplies last until October 31st, 2026. That is code Christian50off at factormeals.com. Christian50off at factormeals.com. So go to the website, check out more details. You will enjoy it. I promise you. Life really does move at like 175 miles an hour. I'm telling you, it's like the big weeks coming up. It's so stressful. It can be, between whether it's work, relationship, everything else that you got going on your plate. You want to know that you can show up when it counts. And that includes, it's the bedroom, guys. If things aren't working out the way that they used to, you don't have to accept it. So Rugiet, told you a million times about Rugiet. Everybody who's been trying Rugiet says, thank you so much, and you're welcome. Why? Because Rugiet has treatments that can help you. It gets you staying hard, it gets you hard, and it lasts as long as you want, whether it's occasional trouble or something that's been building for a while. Their doctors work with you to find out what fits your body. Their best-selling treatment is Rugiet Ready. Combines 3 clinically proven ingredients in 1 minty dose that dissolves under your tongue. It increases blood flow, and it primes your brain for arousal, so you're ready physically and mentally, ready to go. Most men are good to go in about 15 minutes with effects lasting up to 36 hours. And if timing is your issue, Rugiet has Go Long in a 2-in-1 treatment that helps you get hard and stay in control when you finish. Over 400,000 men have already made the switch to Rugiet. Now, you want to get started? Simple. Rugiet connects you with a board-certified doctor online, and treatment ships discreetly to your door. Head on over to Rugiet.com/Christian and get 15% off your ED treatment. That is RUGIET.com/Christian. Get 15% off. Rugiet. It's performance medicine for men.
This is delicious.
Really? You made this?
What's that supposed to mean? Now you want to hit me too?
Pity, he was just
Judging me.
You're a masked salesman.
And you're a skateboarding mariachi.
I'm just saying, you did all this without hands.
It's Del Real. Who needs hands?
Del Real Foods. It's about to get real delicious.
There you go.
35 grand on that one, baby. Suck my nuts. Suck my nuts, red carpet talk. Suck them hard, baby. 35 grand. You probably haven't made that in a year, bitch.
First of all, that's Sam. She does really good. She does good stuff for the channel.
First of all, PLD didn't find this. I did and sent it to Kristian because it came up as a memory.
100%. I was going to get John. PLD was bittersweet for PLD. It was bittersweet because PLD was like, I sent it to him. John had sent it to me. I was on a walk with my dog and he sent it to me. And I sent it to PLD, and PLD, it was like I just sent him 20 grand. And then he goes, where did you find this? And I go, you're not going to like the answer. Because he couldn't beat John to it. John found it. And that's where, but nonetheless,
like all things, I'm better at PLD at everything.
Oh,
go ahead, yes, go ahead, yeah.
But that was really great. So anyway, but thank you to our.
Yes, I know.
Perfect. Beautiful. Our sponsors, by the way, thank you to both Factor and of course Rugiet.
And Del Real.
Oh yes, of course.
And Del Real Foods.
Look, so pissed off. So pissed. Look, see. Look, props. Yeah. Respect.
I'll give it
By
to
the way,
you. I'll give it to you.
I don't need you to give it to me, Mitch. It's here whether you give it to me or not.
Well, you gave it to Battery's dad and you got COVID. I know that's what happened to you.
It's true. Get out of here. All right. So
but anyway, that was the whole campaign though. And it was great. I was on
good.
the side of 18 wheelers. It was
hilarious.
a good
It was good
day for me.
It was hilarious. Anyway, so thank you to everybody who's, again, good. Thanks for John and PLD being good sports on that one. It's fun.
Of course.
But then in the link in the description, make sure you check that out. Already, John's we haven't even started the spoiler discussion. John's at 57. Ooh. He's in good shape here. Could he win the week again? It's possible. What I'm going to possibly do again here today, what I've been doing, and I said I'm going to be doing for the next like 60 days, is that the Kickstarter starting in September. What I'm going to do here is we're going to go through all the questions when it's time, obviously, and then I'm going to open up when it comes to the actual Kickstarter. If you have questions about the campaign or anything in general, people have been so helpful. I'm going to bring that up at the end in the chat in general, whether it's a super chat or not. John's not going to have to stick around for that whole thing, but we're going to read all the actual, super chats first. And then I'll open it up for the chat if you have questions. And it's been a really good conversation. I'm getting a lot of great suggestions from people. And I'm encouraged. So we'll talk about that in a little bit. But if either Luke or PLD can throw up that banner, the spoiler banner, we're going to get into the spoiler discussion for Moana. Nope, that's not what we're going to do. It is going to be for Spider-Man, and I'll get that in just a second. I don't know how that happened. Well, I guess that's the box office. So ready? Boom. There it is. Okay. All right. So it is spoiler discussion for Spider-Man Brand New Day. I put my spoiler out with Sam. Talked about it. And, you mentioned it earlier. One thing that I forgot when I was doing the spoiler is Yelena and how she was brought into it. And by the way, for people who are like, we don't necessarily have to jump from the start to the finish. If you guys want us to, certain things that we don't cover, great. It's whatever comes to mind. And Yelena was the way that, and I think this is kind of a bigger thing that you always run the risk of, John, when it comes to Marvel movies is shoehorning in Marvel characters if it's not relevant to the story. That happens sometimes. It's like, well, you want to show so-and-so. I don't feel like that happened in this movie. I thought Yelena was used really well in how they set her up in that that's her office. And this is the type of humor that I like in these movies, that it's not like everybody has a joke, but when they do, it's relevant to their character. I thought the stuff with the mask was hilarious. The fact that he's like, I can't take this off. And he doesn't. It was such a Spider-Man moment in general, like those types of things. And so the way that they use, even when she's like, I just want you to have friends. And then when he's finally with Ned and MJ, and she's like, oh, I just was so happy the Sandman has friends, which was amazing. I thought they used her good in the end. They still take that relevance off of what we learned in Thunderbolts, that they're running the new Avengers. She mentions it. So there's big potatoes and small potatoes, and all of that. And it just played really well. But I thought with her, the Punisher, Hulk, I thought that they used the Marvel characters well. Did you feel the same way?
Yeah, absolutely. The right amount. I mean, I would have liked one more touch in with the Hulk, but certainly that's going to lead to something else.
Yeah.
So I'm sure they're leaving that a little more kind of nebulous for now, because
Yeah.
the last we saw him is just falling off that building with all those rocks on top of him. So what
Right.
happens next? We don't know. But I love the fact, well, he did get taken into the hospital and whatever.
Yeah,
But we'll see
right.
what happens next, right?
Yeah, right.
But
Where are they
listen,
going to hold him though?
Yeah, exactly. So
Right.
we'll see where it goes. But no, I thought it was used so well. Even Tombstone only having one moment and Scorpion in a couple of moments, I thought that was used well as well, because they're not really going to be standout strong characters
Right.
just yet. So they used them perfectly. But the Yelena stuff, I have to believe Florence writes this dialogue because it is consistent throughout all the things that she is in. Like some of the Black Widow stuff, certainly all of Hawkeye, and then this. Like they find ways to make her funny. I'm going to say this. She is my favorite Black Widow. I like her more than Scarlet, even though I think Scarlet is great at what she does. I just like Yelena's approach so much more.
You like her sass.
I do. I like her sass, but there's pain under her sass. And
Oh,
that
definitely.
makes her relatable to me.
Yeah.
I find her vulnerable in different ways. And I like women that are tough and sassy. I'm a fan of that. The Lady Outlaw is the same way. And so I like that kind of stuff. And she worked so well. And you're right. She's the one that was like, kind of like, how can I help you? What can I do? These kinds of things.
Yeah.
And the mask stuff was great. But like the Hulk stuff, I thought worked really well.
Me too.
Buffalo in there, the Banner stuff, the way he's connecting with Peter, and then and when he's telling Peter to get out of there, oh my God, the fear without having the inhibitor on his arm of what's going.
Let's jump to the beginning though with that, right?
I just want to say, yeah,
Yeah.
but go, yeah.
I was just going to say, let's jump to the beginning of the Banner thing because it's also relevant to the idea of Strange had to basically make everyone forget Peter, right? So
Yes.
he doesn't know who Peter is when Peter comes
Right.
in there, and he has the conversation with them, and he's in that classroom. You know, it's so funny. For a split second, I was like, "Oh no!" You know, they had the one guy dressed up as the Hulk in the audience.
Yeah.
I thought it was his son for a second. I'm like, "Oh, just no one cares about the son." It's like, "Oh, he's dressed up because he's a fan of it," which is great.
I don't think we're ever seeing the sun again.
And no, ever, nor should we. So the whole thing with that all played, and then he's pretending that his name's Ned or whatever, and he comes in. But
Yeah.
you set that up with that because that chip is going to be so relevant to the
Yes.
overall MCU and the X-Men and everything else. And that's what I kept saying. I don't think that they've had a movie recently, the MCU, that has helped further the MCU going forward than this one since maybe Endgame, right? Like, what was the last movie that
Yeah.
really pushed the narrative of
Yeah.
the future? Like, because people, I saw somebody in the comments that said, like, oh, I just didn't think it moved the MCU at all. I'm like, I don't know what you're talking about because
Yeah, that's insane.
it's like that entire thing with everything that happened with Jean Grey and everything that happens moving towards the X-Men and being able to see what that organization is that is essentially leading. Now, does Stryker work
Yeah.
for that organization? Does what like are they a part of this thing? I don't know, but it definitely moves the plot forward.
Oh, 100%. I mean,
Yeah.
they've laid the groundwork for the phases they're going into next with this movie, because the X-Men, and Feige said this, the X-Men and mutants, the mutant saga, are going to be a massive part of the next
Right.
two phases, I think, of the MCU. And what you've done by the end of the movie, because it seems like she's going to Xavier's school at the end on that bus,
Right.
you've laid the groundwork that she will be the leader of the X-Men. It ain't going to be Storm. It ain't going to be
Exactly.
Cyclops. It's going to be Jean Grey. And she has that anger about how people treated her because she was different, which is the mutant kind of anger that bubbles under the surface all the time with the X-Men. And you've also done a little bit of groundwork for the Dark Phoenix storyline,
Yeah.
if you want to go that route down the road with the X-Men, because she's shown that she has that anger within her. She almost she essentially pulls a Scarlet Witch by taking over people within a kilometer of where she's at with her powers.
Right.
So you
100%. Yeah.
Yeah. So yeah, I think.
And
so
I mean,
too.
even that moment alone, right? Because that's the thing that, as I mentioned before, with the characters, like sometimes you could run into just, they're just throwing characters in there because they don't have anything. The
Yeah.
others could be said about, oh, they're not focusing on Spider-Man now because they don't have enough confidence in him. I didn't feel that way with, again, the setup that was going forward. Not only did they set up the X-Men, Jean Grey, her backstory, how powerful she was, and that moving towards the future, it was also very relevant to the story that was being told within Brand New Day.
Yep.
Which is not an easy task to do. And the way that they see I've been using this reference and no one has gotten it. I know you will.
Mhm.
When when Jean Grey is moving her personalities through everybody,
Yeah.
I automatically thought of Denzel Washington's Fallen.
Oh yeah.
Right?
Right.
Ezekiel?
Right. Yeah.
And like
with the demon. Yeah.
very, very underrated movie. And that
Yeah, him and John Goodman. Yeah.
the way that they did that and moved that around in the beginning to set you up waiting to see the reveal of Jean Grey, but the idea of, okay, what is the agenda? And I had mentioned that there are she's essentially playing the 11 role this time
Yeah.
around.
Well,
You
yeah.
know what I mean?
Essentially,
And,
yeah, you're right.
And it's all of that, the way that Destin Daniel Cretton really set that up and built it out, because there wasn't like one big Spidey villain in this one that was the ultimate thing. So I thought that worked out well, because there's still something very threatening that he's got to deal with, but it's not necessarily evil.
No, right with Jean, but then with Department of Damage Control later, they essentially kind of take the place. But the big, I don't want to say evil, but the big antagonist in the whole movie is Peter's inability to let go of the past and what happened and move on. Like that's the massive thing. And he is
not believing in himself and not believing in his body and everything too.
He evolved the evolution and he can't control it. He can't control it.
Yep.
So I think that's so relevant in a symbolic way, kids having hormones at young ages, but also like when you get into your 20s, you're becoming an adult and you're letting go of the things you did as a child or as a younger man. And sometimes people don't want to let that go because they don't know that they can handle being an adult and all the different emotions and stressors and triggers and trauma and all this kind of stuff. And so that it was a good stand-in for that. And the mask was symbolic of that.
Totally
and
was.
Yelena with the stuff. And then, when when MJ is like, I'm not having this conversation without you taking off the mask. And even Punisher, with wow, you just don't need to take off your mask.
We'll get into him for sure.
So withholding is a big thing throughout.
It absolutely is. And the stuff with MJ in general, like to me, like there were really a lot of great emotional moments in this. The biggest, the MJ Jean Grey moment was a real emotional moment. For me anyway. And I think that especially when you set her up well enough, Jean Grey, that is, that of what she has been craving for and hoping for, and seeing that Peter had that and lost that, and the bond that they ultimately have within that moment was a special moment. But the one that really just rips your heart right out of your chest is not only, there's two of them really, but the one with MJ, where the first one is when he is tricked by Jean Grey, that Zendaya remembers everything. MJ remembers it. Now, the funny thing is, I picked up on something pretty quick on it, knowing that if you notice all the Spider-Man movies in the past with Tom Holland and Zendaya, MJ is terrified of swinging. She's terrified.
Yeah.
She is not scared on that first initial run.
Right.
On the way back, she is, but on the way there, she's not scared.
Right.
So I remember thinking when watching, I'm like, why isn't she scared? She's usually always scared. And then, so when that moment happens, I was still tricked. But when that moment, less tricked than maybe most, if you didn't pick up on that moment. However, when she kisses him and when she goes through this whole thing, and then she has that smile, it's Tom Holland's acting there of the tear coming down his face and realizing how it's just cruel. It's just mean.
Yeah, which is what he says, right?
Yeah.
Like if you ever lost someone you loved, you would realize how cruel this is to do.
So mean.
Yeah,
it was so mean. And then the one that really rips your heart out is after she finds the letter and she's talking to him and he's like, oh, I love you. She's like, I believe that you did, or whatever she says. She's like, I don't remember you. Whatever that spell was, it really works. I don't remember you and I don't love you because I don't know you.
Right.
And you're just like, and he's like, I understand. And you're like, oh, you just like crumble and just break for the poor guy because it's killing him. It's killing him. And you know that if she did remember that, she would love him. That's what kills you.
Yeah. But again, it's something that's relatable, right? How many of us have been on both sides of that equation in our lives? Like where you just don't love someone anymore or something happens. And then you have to have that hard conversation where the person tells you that they don't love
Right.
you anymore.
Right.
And you
Right.
have to kind of be mature about it and accept it and move on. And so it was just so well done. And her like when she found the letter, I literally, it was so loud in the theater. I went, oh my God. And I just was
Yeah.
like, holy shit. And the conversations they have there.
Yep.
This is, people said like Zendaya and Tom Holland were never better in this movie. It's because the writing here was really good. And
Sure.
you got to see them dive into these more mature themes, more mature storylines.
They're
more mature
maturing. They're
moments.
maturing
Right,
in life.
exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah, they're
They're
maturing too, and then they know each other better than they did, and
Yes.
they're with each other all the time, and they probably go over these ideas. And as he is a producer on it, and as she's like with them all the time, and they're discussing what it's one of those, we could do this, we can do that, we got to make sure that we convey this and that, and you can see it there because they know these characters well enough, and those moments worked. And the other comic relief that worked for me that wasn't just like and just like it just came from actual who the person is was the Punisher stuff.
Oh
Like,
God, that was great.
When he's screaming on the phone, and he hangs up the phone, he gets upset. And then my favorite part that I laughed the most was when he's screaming at the top of his lungs, shooting the Hulk with nothing happening.
Yeah.
And it was killing me. It was absolutely hilarious. But he was there for Spider-Man. He was there for him. And and the other moment that was great was when he puts the mask on at the end. He's like, he's a little more goofier in this movie than he is in the Daredevil and in the other things too. And if people have an issue with that, I get it, but you kind of have to have that in the PG-13 movie version. You can't do the TV version of him in it. And I don't think it's to the extent of what they did to Kingpin.
Yeah, and I think you have to adapt to, and this happens in the comic books. Punisher is softer when he does his runs with Spider-Man than he is with Daredevil or his solo stuff.
100%.
You know why? Because it's a kid. He is he's not, the Punisher's not some rage-baiting asshole who just goes around killing people all the time and like just this. He's a human being. He's a dad, right? And so there are elements of that come through that Peter brings out in him. So people saying like, well, the Punisher cried, this movie sucks. Get the fuck out of here. This is the truth of the matter, is that tough men cry. Tough men care about younger people and want to guide them.
Especially he had kids. He had kids. His whole point was that his kids.
Yeah.
There's the whole point of him.
I loved it.
And I like that they didn't beat you over the head again with his backstory, because they could have.
No, just her opening that locker.
Her saying, "Is this your family?" and him going, "Don't worry about me." And you're like, and it allows the person, if you don't know, like Sam's never seen the Punisher stuff, right? And Sam automatically wants to know more about him now. She wants to watch all of the Punisher stuff. She wants to see everything about him because she just loved everything that he was, and wants to know, because of that little moment with him and MJ, so what happened to his family? What happened here? And it's like all of that is there, and that helped out tremendously in how they made that work. The beginning of the movie, I actually really dug too, because we haven't seen that ground level Spider-Man movie that was essentially like the Toby and the Andrew Garfield movies of him just going, doing these things, helping the cops, whatever it might be, and then leading into the adventure ones. And he built that to it.
Right.
He's married to the job because the job's all he's got. Right. He's keeping tabs on his friends for the last couple of years, but watching from a distance because he's still trying to protect them. He's got that relationship with the cop, which I really like that a lot. I like her from The Bear. Love that back and forth that they had, and her kind of protecting him and what he's doing. And then when you finally lead into the old lady riding the truck, it has earned the where we are right now in Spidey's phase to like, what's the real threat now? And it builds it up enough. That's why when people are like, oh, it's a long movie, it's like, yeah, but it was long with never like, come on, what are we doing? Here? It was like, it was all relevant.
Well, you bring up the police detective, and I think this was a really deft thing, DEFT thing they did in the movie. They essentially replaced Aunt May's mom energy with these other women in the movie in different spots.
Oh, yeah.
Like the detective is kind of like his mom telling him, like, you can't be married to the job, as you mentioned.
Right.
But also Yelena Belova has a little, like, you need to get friends. You need to, MJ to a degree has a little bit of guidance to him and all this kind of stuff. So there's a lot of female energy throughout the movie that is guiding Peter. And then we get Marissa Tomei coming back in that scene in his head, which I think is well. Really
they used her.
Yes.
Yeah, they used her real well.
And that's 60. She's 61, bro. She
crazy.
Amazing for 60.
Crazy. I'll tell you what, between her and Madeline Stowe, who's almost 70. Madeline Stowe looks like she's 50 years old.
Yeah.
Crazy. But anyway, So I'm trying to think of the other what really leads forward, because the stuff at the end, like you mentioned with Wand, is kind of the kind of WandaVision type moment.
Yeah.
And the way that they played that, and how, and I also like what they could have done and they didn't do. They let Peter do his thing, right?
Mm.
You knew that he had to emotionally connect with Ned and MJ, and he had to do that. But I was like, oh no, are they gonna wind up getting involved again in the overall mission?
Yeah.
And they could have done that. It's like, oh, I'll help you. I don't really know who you are, but I'll help you. Sure, Spidey. It's like they help him ish with the tracker and stuff, but it's in the apartment, and then they just wind up getting frozen in the whole trance. I'm glad that's the extent. He needed to be on his own with some help from the Punisher here and there. The fight with the Hulk was awesome, and I love that we finally got Rage Hulk back.
Yeah.
Right. It's like, and I hope that continues. I hope that Jean Grey thing pushed Smart Hulk Gonski. I hope it's gone now. No more Smart Hulk. We got it. It was fun while it lasted. Let's get back to no Banner, just Hulk. It's like, that's the Hulk I loved, and I love that we got that again. And I also love that moment, because the Hulk, even when the Hulk Rage Hulk, he was like the big lovable goof at the end, and he was going to kill Spider-Man, and then he realized what he was doing, and he just throws himself off the thing. And we need that Hulk again. I'm excited to get that Hulk back.
The moment that he got huge, I
didn't know he got that big.
Yes, I sat back in the chair, was like, oh my God. And then Peter said it, which was so great. What we were all thinking, like, I didn't know you could get that huge. Like, a mixture of terror and awe. Like, oh my God.
Because he's pissed. The anger got him there. He's like pissed. And I love that moment where, Peter says, he's like, Gene, this is the Hulk. Like, what are you doing? And it's like, I get it. Everybody else, it's the Hulk. This is not someone you mess around with. And even she's like, oops.
Even Frank, he's like, Frank, this is not on your level at all. Get the hell out of here.
Leave. And that was the part where he's just screaming and yelling. I'm trying to think if there's anything in general that we really need to touch up on that we might have missed before we jump into the because we have a couple other stories I want to talk about. But I think what it does, I mean, the end credit scene, right? Most people, and I guess I understand, we're kind of bummed about what it was. I want to see what it actually means. Some people think it meant he's in space. Some people think it meant it's just in another universe, leading into what the events of Secret Wars and Doomsday. But I think this did so much for the future of Marvel without saying, "Oh, wait to see him in Doomsday," because he's not going to be in Doomsday.
Right.
But when we get to Secret Wars, he will be. So,
right. Yeah. Well, I guess we should also say, I didn't mind it. I didn't care about it.
It was fine.
People upset about it. Yeah. The Department Damage Control stuff, I thought they finally paid that off really well in this movie, because I feel like it hasn't quite been as strong of a storyline in like Wonder Man and other things that it's popped up in. But in this movie with Travel Tillman, I think it really kind of shook you to the core, this idea that there's this government agency that wants to control mutants and then use their powers or the things that they create for their own good to protect themselves. And, you can look at it and go like, well, that's terrible. However, when you look at the fact that one person can control people's minds in a kilometer radius, that would scare a lot of people. So this is going to be an interesting debate, I wonder, as these films go along, of like, how much superheroes versus like regular people, where is the line? Because that was a part of the first few phases of the MCU as well with those Sokovia Accords. So we'll see.
Well, there you go. So that's our spoiler discussion for Spider-Man Brand New Day. I also have my one up with Sam, and I'm sure John's going to do another one on his channel pretty soon.
Buddies, for sure.
So you go and you check that out. So we're going to move on to some other stuff. But before I do, people keep asking House of the Dragon last night. I've been doing my my reviews of them and putting them out right at 10 o'clock after it was over. Well, there was an editing snafu where there just wasn't. I was under the assumption that the editors already had the episode. They didn't, so I didn't get them the episode until today. So tomorrow is when that's going to come out, and Return of the Jedi. Both of those will be out tomorrow. So don't worry. I know people have been asking about it, and I appreciate it. So you'll get both of those. House of the Dragon tomorrow will be a little behind, and then we'll have the finale out on Sunday as expected. So yeah, PLD.
I could put the unedited version out today if you want.
That would be good. Yeah, that would be good. Maybe put the unedited if you want to watch along for members and stuff. If you want to see the unedited for House of the Dragon episode 7, PLD will put that up on the channel.
Also, real
There you
quickly,
go.
did you see Liam Crowley asking Andrew Garfield about the Brand New Day last scene about whether he's involved? It was kind of
Oh
fun.
no, I didn't.
Yeah, I uploaded it real quick.
Oh, let me see.
Andrew, I'm sorry in advance.
Go on.
Spider-Man Brand New Day comes out this
I'm
week.
not in it.
The end credits scene hints at the return of an off-world Spider-Man.
Oh, really?
It does.
Cool.
Do you know anything about that?
I do not. First I've heard of it.
Not the werewolf.
Not the werewolf, not me.
Okay. So if it's not you, it must be Toby.
I guess so.
I guess so.
It could be. Who knows? Or maybe Miles Morales. I don't know.
There you go.
You know what he really wants to say?
What?
Andrew Garfield said, guys, you know I can't say anything about this.
Yeah.
You know I can't say anything. Yes, I'm in the freaking movie. You know I'm in the movie. You know we're gonna be in the movie. This has happened last time. Don't ask. I can't say anything. I'm just gonna give the same answer. If you want, I can keep giving you the same answer, but you know I'm in the movie. Stop asking me.
I'm gonna go next level with what you're talking about and go full Rocha on this or full outlaw on this. I am so tired.
Wait.
Okay. I am so tired of these interviewers who have to ask these questions doing the sheepish act that they're doing. Nobody buys it anymore. Nobody. Oh, I'm sorry I have to ask you this question. I'm so sorry. Are you in Spider-Man Brand New? Does this mean? Shut the fuck up. Like, you know, you have to ask the question. Just ask the fucking question. Stop playing the, I know, I'm sorry. Oh, come on. It's your job.
You're taking
You're
a
told
shot.
to
Taking
do
a
so.
shot at Liam. I like Liam.
I don't know who Liam is.
I like
I'm
Liam.
not-
He's
Liam-
Action
Liam-
Army,
everybody.
baby. He's Action Army.
Oh,
there
well,
you go.
even more lame. I'm talking about
I
everybody.
like Liam's. Liam's a
Everybody
good guy.
does.
I like Liam.
No, I mean Frosty's done it. All these people do it. It's like, stop doing it. Just ask the question. Nobody buys
I
that.
get
You're
it.
like, oh, I'm so sorry.
Right. You know you're going to ask it in general,
Yes.
right? Yeah.
Ugh, I'm so tired of it.
But nonetheless, it's like, this is what, there's only so much you can give. It's not with those guys. It's a different thing when you're asking like, I don't know, like Famke Johnson, right? Like, I asked her about questions, but like, you don't really know if she's going to be in it or not, right? Everybody knows that Andrew Garfield and Tobey Maguire are going to be in it. Everybody knows the whole storyline is going to, in Battle World, is going to revive, or even Doomsday. They're going to be in that.
Yeah.
They're going to be in it.
Yeah, exactly. It's like, yeah, I'm just saying. It's like, nobody buys that crap anymore.
Right. Nonetheless, that movie is. Now wait a minute. There's no way. Did you just jump in? Did you just jump into the freaking stream? Be honest. Q7.
Who's that?
No, I literally just explained this. Unless you just.
Oh yeah, I know you did.
Unless you just jumped into the stream, then it's not his fault. Anyway,
Being
so
polite is not a weakness. Get out of here, Mike. It's not being polite. It's playing to the audience that's watching, that you're like, oh, because you know you got to ask the question. So what you're doing is you're trying to make it seem like, oh, I'm so sorry, I got to do this. My producer, my editor. When the fact is, you do want to know. So just have the nuts to be honest that you want to know and ask the question. Don't play the sheepish act.
I'll defend Liam though. Liam's
I'm not going after Liam.
I know.
I'm going after all of them.
That's everybody. Okay,
not just
fair
Liam.
enough. Fair enough. All right.
You'll never catch Rocha doing that shit. Go
all
ahead.
right. Let's jump into this topic because like I said, I was at the gym this morning, and I saw this story and I was like, well, let's talk about this because I hadn't heard, and it's about Barbie. Did you hear this?
Yes, it did. It broke during our live show with Geek Buddies on Friday. How they were going to do a sequel, but David Zaslav is balking on paying the actors.
Which is interesting in general, and we'll then start to go into the Paramount deal if that indeed even happens anymore, right? So let's bring this up. Get rid of that spoiler. There's no spoiler alerts on Barbie. There's no spoiler alerts on Barbie. No Barbie spoiler alerts. Hey, there's no spoilers on Barbie. Thank you. So $1 billion Barbie movie sequel stalled over big paydays for Ryan Gosling, Margot Robbie. Who's this guy? And then 3 years after Barbie took the box office by storm in 2023, fans are still nowhere closer to a sequel happening, and the details have emerged about the holdup. Margot Robbie starred as a title character. Ryan Gosling was Ken. $636 million domestic, $810 million from foreign, $1.4 billion worldwide. While that is certainly a big enough haul to have most movie studios quickly given a green light for a sequel, Warner Bros. Has been stalling, and apparently here is why. So Warner Brothers Zaslav, who is set to earn a whopping 886 million golden parachute if Paramount happens, is balking at Robbie and Gosling's hefty salary demands. Gosling is reportedly asking 20 million to return as Ken, though Zaslav thought it was too much and refused to sign off on the deal, which include language about profit participation. The studio also wanted to come to agreements with Robbie and her writing partner, Noah Baumbach. The report adds with negotiations have been going on for months. The studio reps have said that the principal talent declined the studio's last offer in May and have yet to counter. So that's fine for me. I don't need any more of this shit. Okay. So
yeah.
I just think that at a $1.5 billion profit movie,
yeah,
Gosling wins or gets nominated for an Oscar with the movie.
And the song, yeah.
Firing on all cylinders right now. He's hot. Right, again,
yeah.
Project Hail Mary. He's got a Star Wars movie coming up. It just gets cast in a Marvel movie, and this last movie did what a lot of these big blockbuster movies have not done, and they really brought the female audience to the theater. And you don't want to pay up to the 2 stars that made it happen. Now, normally I'm going, I can side with the business side of things. I'm like, well, the profit, this movie's going to do part 2 would do tremendous, and you cannot do it without Gosling and Robbie, obviously.
Yeah,
you would might as well be doing, Aladdin 2 with what's his name, the voice of Homer, instead doing
Dan Castellaneta.
Yeah, which is he's a great guy, but the second you replace Robin Williams in the same movie.
Oh yeah.
So I think you got to pay up on this, especially when you're, when this is a big movie. Do you agree with me, or you think that no, they got to save costs right now?
Well, I think there's so much factors around this because we don't know what's going to happen with the merger. So, do you want to put this in motion before you know what's going on with the merger? Will Ellison even want to do it? The second thing is, I think Zaslav is very burnt from what happened with Joker 2 Folie à Deux. There was no intention to shoot the first Joker and have a sequel.
Right.
They created a sequel because it made so much money.
Right.
So I think Zaslav and Barbie was the same way. Barbie was not made to create a sequel. Barbie was a statement movie from Greta Gerwig about, gender dynamics. It's very much a statement movie through the prism of Barbie. There was no intention to make a sequel. Now you're doing the sequel and writing it off a thing. So I would not be surprised that Zaslav's having a little PTSD from Joker 2 and is like, I don't know if I want to do this, but if we do this, it has to be at a certain number so that we're not going to take a bath like we did on Joker 2. So
yeah,
I understand the logic of paying them. Of course, they earn.
Sure, but I think there's so much difference there too. What you could try to counter with, right, is that it's not really, it doesn't seem like it's Gerwig who's wants to change the whole narrative the way like Todd Phillips did, right? Todd Phillips now we're gonna make it a musical, and now we're gonna do this, and now I'm gonna go.
Not even really the Joker.
Now I'm gonna go against what everybody really liked because I want to kind of go the anti what those fans really liked, and it's like that was a disaster. And like they gave Todd Phillips way too much power, right? That wasn't a Joaquin Phoenix wanting more money to play because they gave that, they were going to bury that movie, the first one, the Joker. And then when it made the kind of money it did, it said, people want to look what we did, give us more money because we can make the second one happen. I don't think it's as much of the second one was as much of a lock guarantee as this movie is if you follow the same kind of structure and don't change the tone of it. And move forward. But you got to have Gosling and Margot Robbie doing their thing. So
100%.
But I agree with you that it just comes to be, what are they going to do with the Paramount deal? We'll see.
Yeah. It's just too much stuff is in flux.
It's true. Yeah. What do you guys think in general? Put your thoughts in there about it. Do you care? Do you not care? What say you? All right, we're going to get into your questions. As I said, what we're going to do, I mean, shit, man. John's already in a really good spot. We haven't even started, and he's got 94
Can I use
questions.
the restroom while you do this?
Please do, and you do that, and then you come back and you promote your stuff. So as John is going, we'll be right back. We have 94 questions already in here. We'll be here until the questions are done, so make sure you put them out there. As I said, we're going to go through these questions. I've been telling you guys, I am very excited to be finally launching this Kickstarter. It's in September. I've been telling you that if we get just around 13,000 people put in $25, we're going to make this show in the way that we want to make it. We are very excited to do it. team is being built. I've been in touch with some more people to really get this thing moving. We're starting to shoot promotional stuff for this stuff where it's happening now, right? So one of the things that I've been asking you guys during the chats here is when the questions are coming to an end, anything doesn't have to be the super chats. I'm going to highlight all the questions. If there's people in the Discord did this over the weekend, which was really great. If there are things that you already like, I'm going to donate already. I know I'm going to do that, but I'd really like to see this, if this is going to be a thing. And if you're on the fence about it, what is it about on the fence that you want to know? And if you're just like, I'm probably not going to do it, but if you did this, maybe I'd consider it. I don't know. I kind of wanted to really talk to you guys about essentially being like a focus group on this. And then outside of that, if there's things you want to know about the project, if there's things you want to know about, hey, when are we going to see this? What are you going to do this? People asking about music questions and things about like the playlists I listen to and things like that. I love that stuff. And I'll be here talking to you guys about it once we're at the end of the questions that we have with John. So as we're waiting for John to come back, I'm going to get all this stuff up there. And as I mentioned, the things that are coming in to play right now, I'm probably going to make the Iron Lung reaction live probably today, a little later today. That unedited is already up on the members and patrons. PLD made that happen. Tomorrow we're going to get both House of the Dragon and Return of the Jedi. Wednesday, Invincible reactions start coming back up. Thursday will be a break on reactions, but Friday will be the Mandalorian season 1, either episodes 1 and 2 or 1 through 4. It depends on what we get done here. And then, and then we do the finale on Sunday for House of the Dragon. So, all right, before we get into the actual questions, John's got a lot going on his channel. John's back now after recovering. What's going on the channel?
Yeah, thanks to everybody who joined us live for the Hot Mic on Friday and the Geek Buddies live on Friday and watch my out of theater reaction. All that is up there for you all to watch right now. But then we'll be doing some reviews, of course. Spider-Man Brand New Day, going to be spoiler review with the Geek Buddies. We'll have Hot Mic conversations going on through the week. We got Spill the Tequila tomorrow night. So much happening, reactions and reviews and all of that happening here on the channel. And probably the debut of a new show called The Verdict coming very soon on the channel, where I wear a robe and decide who is right or wrong about a certain subject or topic that's going on in our world of entertainment and outside of our world of entertainment as well. So yeah, there's all that going on. YouTube.com/Sean Rocha says. No, it'll just be me presenting both sides and then deciding who the winner is.
Oh, okay.
Who's right. Yeah.
All right, sweet. All right. This is a crazy,
poor Liam Crowley, guilty. No, anyway,
oh, man, poor Liam. I think what's going to be crazy is
bathrobe. There it is. Yeah.
So, anyway, what's nuts about this is that Mike's going to be here tomorrow. Mike is losing his mind. He hasn't won one of these games since the new season, since the new system started. He's losing his mind. He's going to be so bummed when you're at 98 and we haven't even started.
Wow.
So we're going to start now. Nathan Drake, love the movie, but for me, Punisher just doesn't work in a PG-13 setting. I kept asking myself why he was needed in this movie besides hiding MJ. I understand your point of view. I disagree with it in the fact that I think that they brought him in the best way they could in the PG-13, and they really made him accessible to people who didn't know his grittiness, his rawness, and it's kind of the first time introduction to people in the way that, like I said, Sam and other things too. Yeah. And I think it was a great dynamic that the two of them had, and it was a great thing because of the New York setting.
Yeah. Plus, he's kind of like the older brother he's never had.
Yeah.
And so you have that energy here. Remember, the whole film is about family. Yep. It's about how you can't do it on your own. And Punisher, in a way, fills in that slot of being the older brother who is there for Spider-Man. By the end, he's like, we're friends? We're friends now, Frank? And
100%.
So it's very important. And he does work in a PG-13. He just doesn't work for you. There is a difference because he has worked in PG-13.
He did, but he did say that. He does say love the movie, but for me. He does say that. Yeah.
That's what I said.
Yeah. Noah Lawson. I know you love Andor, but I found it overhyped, overrated. Oh man, writing is better, but the character and story didn't grab me. Plus, the pacing was a drag. Visions was the best Disney Plus Star Wars show for me. Well, I'm not going to shit on Visions because I love Visions.
Visions is great.
Visions is great, so I'm not going to disagree with you that Visions is great. It is, but I will disagree with you on the other stuff you said. Especially after rewatching it. What I will tell you is this, and I still felt the same way I watched it the first time and the second time. Andor season 2, episodes 1 and 2 it's a job. It's a job to try to get through the first 2 and the pace. The pace for there is like, because even Sam was like, "Oh no, is the whole season like this?" I love season 1. I'm like, wait. And then once episode 3, you're locked in and it goes. I just like, again, Noel, when it comes to the idea of treating your audience with respect and like, yeah, we can handle detailed conversations. And it just made the Empire and everybody else layered. And there was just so much more to it than just, oh, there's Grogu. What do we do with Grogu now? Oh no, nothing. Let's put a monster in the next scene. And then it's like, it's so lazy and boring. And to me, that's boring. This is not boring to me. This is detailed and layered.
Yeah. And I like the conversation it's making about the idea of a autocratic rule, an authoritarian rule, and how that can mess with a society and how you have to fight back against that. I think there's something really powerful in that. Yeah.
Rocky McFly. Another nitpick is that Frank just sits in the hospital for days, even though he's a wanted man. It's a valid point. That's an aspect of what I mean when I say the writing wasn't very good. Well, I think the writing was pretty good, but I mean it's an interesting point. Sorry for being a downer. Not
Rocky,
yeah, John.
You're adding that. There's nothing in the film that says Punisher was there for days. You're assuming he was there for days. He's just there in the moment when Peter wakes up. We don't know how long he's been there. We don't know when he's shown up. So that has fuck all to do with the writing. It's up to you. It's in your head. You think, oh, they've told me this, but they didn't tell you that. They just said he was there this moment.
Yeah. Cadaver. 82. Sony failed their live action universe, so Spidey always hits. Is Sony 50-50 with Marvel on those, but gatekeep all the good writers? I don't get it. Love you guys. Well, the stuff that you remember, like you're talking about the Tom Holland one's a hit because it's been a joint thing between Marvel and them too. They know where the narrative is going. They know what they have to hit in order to make it make sense to the overall MCU. They have to agree on certain things, and they're working together. They work very well with Marvel, and they work. Yeah. I think when they try to go out and do their own thing with a different team that they have, that team doesn't understand it the same way, and it's just been a failure. I don't know, John. How do you see it?
Yeah, I agree with you 100%. They just don't have the right team involved to make. You just can't make it work without Spider-Man. It just doesn't work without Spider-Man.
It's the truth. All right, Hank Pym. Why do you think Sadie didn't just tell Spider-Man her motivation? I love the movie. That was my only real issue. Great to see Punisher in the theater. I think for me, because I thought about that also, Hank. I mean, I did. And I said, you know what? She didn't trust anybody. She didn't trust anybody. Like, it's like she could have definitely told him what was going on. But why at that point? Like, how does she know? And especially if she sees him working with that organization. So she doesn't trust anybody. And it's just her motivation and her goal is just to find her sister.
Yeah, also, Hank, let me introduce you to a confused 20-year-old girl, and you tell me the consistency of actions, or a teenager who's been through foster homes and has learned, as Kristian said, not to trust anyone. Yeah. And they've taken her sister at a critical moment in her life as a teenager. So you're going like, well, logically, she should do all of these things. Have you met human beings? They're illogical. So
yeah. Oh, here he is. I was wondering where he was. Ron H. Damn it. I'm helping Rocha out again. Stop me. My Lord Finstock knows the laws, for he hath made innocent the JTE, who verify as Mr. Shat upon him for the Finstock. But how did my Lord lose to thee? I say the Fook no. So Ron H. had never heard of Finstock before, and then he started watching Schmodown. And by the way, John, a monumental episode drops today on the Vault. It is Mark Riley defending the title against Dangerous Dan Murrell.
Oh yeah,
it is a complete. It is seasons 1 and season 2 officially merging and pushing in what season 3 is from this match on. Ron H. Rocha, you're not the same person you were 10 to 20 years ago. You may have detested then, may not feel like it now. In that vein, I ask if you would give Hollyweed a shot. 30 minutes, man.
I don't know what Hollyweed is.
It's a Kevin Smith on-air pilot that he's never.
Nope. No thanks.
Oh, okay. Ron H. Watching Mike's bad internet clip. Guys, if possible, you all have to get on the fiber optic internet, taking 1.53 gig up, download speeds all over here in Quebec. Move the operation all. Saying, well, what I am going to do, I'm getting it. And I like my camera and everything too, but there's a new one. Luke sent me an option of a new camera I want to get.
Ooh.
So we'll see. I like your camera. Your camera's pretty good. Ron H.
Thanks, man.
Watching Mike's bad internet clip, guys. Oh, we did that right. Sorry. Yeah. Sean McKay, crazy box office Spider-Man. I'm doing my part. Yeah, a lot of people are, Sean. A lot of people. Sean's hitting Talios today.
Oh.
Yeah. Tally.
Nice.
It's the best. Hank Pym, any August movies have your interest? The one that has my interest is Oak Street, and I'm going to see it on next Monday.
Yeah, Oak Street. Yeah.
I think that's it, really, right?
With you. Yeah, because I think I'm interested in The Brink of War.
Which one's that?
That's the Angel Studios one about Reagan and Gorbachev and the summit
shit.
meeting with Jeff Daniels and Jared Harris.
Oh, wow.
It looks really interesting. And normally, Angel Studios.
You're on the fence.
I'm not but this one looks really good.
Okay.
Yeah, and I already saw Tony, or I would have said Tony as well, and I really enjoyed that.
Jason Crosby. Haven't been able to listen to you guys live for a long time due to work. Was always a highlight of my days to listen in. Love you guys. Shave your heads and go to sleep. Thank you, Jason. I'm glad you could be back and joining us. Really appreciate it and hope to see you over the next couple of weeks, everything too. I told my wife, I'm going to be from the next 60 days. It's just this Kickstarter is my life. You know what I mean? And like once September starts, John's already said I'm gonna be on Hot Mic a bunch. Hopefully, I'll do some other stuff over it with John. I'll be there. I'm gonna be doing live streams. I'm gonna be doing full live streams for I don't know how long. So it's gonna be you're gonna see a lot of me and hear a lot about me on other freaking channels. So hope you can be around, Jason. Thank you. Lemasters. Hope you're feeling better, Rocha. Do you guys think Nolan will tackle other stories from Greek mythology, or would you rather see him do something else? I think he's proven, though, already, because people always ask him this, right? If he does Oppenheimer, is he doing another historical biopic next? Is Inception? Is he doing something more with Dreams or anything, too? Is he doing another Batman movie? Everyone wants him to continue in because he does it so well. And then he's like, no, I'm going to do something else. He's probably going to do like a freaking horror movie or something next.
That's what he's been talking about.
Horror movie?
He marches to his own drum. So whatever's going to grab his interest in this 3-year hiatus, I think that's what he'll do next.
Yeah. Ronnie.
Hey.
Hello, all. Hey, Ronnie. I always love when Ronnie is here. This is like sunshine coming through.
Yeah.
I went to see Spidey 3 times this weekend, Thursday, Saturday, and Sunday. Holy moly. No regrets. It was so good. No, not good. Great. So, Ronnie, my question is this. You've already seen it 3 times. What will you ultimately see in the theater more, this or Michael? Because didn't she see Michael in the theater like 10 times?
You got Michael to $1 billion.
Right, she's single-handedly. But no spoiler about the Spider-Man Brand New Day end credit could have been an email. I get it. Great movie, though. I see what they're doing. Yeah, that's really what it is. And Ronnie also says, I wanted to walk right back after one screening, but I couldn't because I have responsibilities like my dog, among other things. What a ride it was. I'm gonna go see it again. John, you gonna see it again?
Yeah, if I feel better, I was going to go today, but I'm still dragging a little ass, so I'm going to sleep. But I was going to go to see the 3D today, but I'll probably have to wait till Wednesday. I'll go see it.
They did it in 3D.
Yeah.
Aaron Ambrose, 102. Something I saw in Brand New Day was great visual storytelling. Foreshadow the scene at the DDC when they told Spider-Man he needs to be body
scanned, right?
Oh, right.
Yeah,
Yes. That's true. I did like that scene too. Ronnie. Gen X kid, I was genuinely afraid the Hulk was menacing. He was the most terrifying he's been in a long time.
Yep.
100%. Parker Haller, young people living in economic collapse and social isolation want to see their favorite hero going through the same thing. That's it. It'll be the biggest ever. I'm telling you, it's definitely, isn't it? What's the biggest Spider-Man movie of all time? Is it No Way? Is it
I think it's No Way
Home with like 2.7 or something? Something like that. Beagle Studios. I saw the movie yesterday. I loved it. Sunday at 4 or 5 p.m. was packed shockingly, and everyone was respectful because they were all locked in. Oh my God, that's rare. That's rare. I'd love to hear it. Johnny Patricia, congrats to Chelsea Green. I did. So I'm glad that you brought that up because I checked in on the highlights. Did you watch any of SummerSlam?
Yeah, I did watch both nights. Yeah.
Did you really? Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
So I fast forward through some matches. I'm not gonna lie to you, but
I just tuned in through Twitter. That's what I do. Someone asked me, I didn't talk to a friend of mine in a while. He's like, "Hey, you watching SummerSlam this weekend?" I'm like, "I'm out, dude. I'm just not. I saw the stuff with the Shield and Roman Reigns taking a shot at CM Punk at the end, which is funny.
Yeah.
And then you got the Chelsea Green thing. I think was awesome. She deserves it.
That was great. She deserves it.
She deserves it for sure. She was
in fact, she dedicated to Michael Hayes. I thought was a nice little shot at him.
Oh, right. What did he say? What did he say?
He said on Unreal that Chelsea was not championship material, which is why she didn't get moved up. And so it was great.
That was good. Aaron Ambrose, 202 scan for security safety reasons was actually so they could scare him to build weapons gear to effectively combat him and his pet. Right. They had no weapons built before that scene. That's what I'm saying. I think the writing was better than people give him credit.
Oh, yeah. The writing was great here.
Yeah. Parker Haller, Cretton should have stayed on directing Avengers, right? These movies need a fresh take and vision. People could tell Brand New Day looked different and got excited. Again, it is such a crazy what have you done for me lately world, right? Because the Russos let's go away from their Netflix stuff. Let's talk about when it comes to Marvel, they have not missed.
No,
they haven't,
right.
they haven't missed.
Yeah.
So, instead of saying they shouldn't direct, we haven't seen Doomsday yet.
Right.
And if Daniel Cretton is now the Spider-Man guy, wouldn't you rather see him do the Spider-Man movie, the 2 and 3 next, if he took over from John Watts? And then the conversation is going to be, what are the 3 movies? Is it the first 3 or the second 3?
Yeah, right.
And I feel like already if it stays consistent with this, Destin Daniel Cretton is going to wind up being the answer with the better, director.
Yeah, probably. But I also think it would be slightly unfair because everything that he is using, John Watts did an excellent job of setting up those 3 movies.
100%.
So it's tough to, I would have a hard time with that.
Yeah.
But yeah.
Confessor T. Hello. Oh, I met Confessor T and her husband at in Long Island, and before that
nice.
too, they came to a conference. But they're wonderful, wonderful people. Really sweet, just wonderful people. People you want to have a drink with.
That's awesome.
Hubby and I saw Spider-Man this weekend, and it hits us in the feels. Enjoyed it immensely, and proves folks will come out for good movies. Yes, 100%.
Yep.
Madman. I think at a base level, Spider-Man is just cool. He's also relatable and easy to root for, and he's funny. He tells jokes, and it's not like, why are you telling a joke right now? Because he's sarcastic. He's a kid. That's what he does.
Right.
He's
earnest. People like earnest.
Yeah. Timbino, do you think with how massive Brand New Day is with fans that it helps Doomsday a bit that the trust with Marvel is back, or a Spider-Man name that powerful? I think it's a mixture of both. I think don't just guarantee that Doomsday is going to be successful now because Spider-Man was, but if people now care because of these little things that they set up in Brand New Day, like, okay, I'm curious how they're going to move that along in Doomsday. I think that could help.
Yeah, agreed. 100%. 100%. Yeah.
Calistigo, I came back to eat my crow. I don't know how I thought Spider-Man Brand New Day would be stifled even a little bit. That's okay. I assuming this is, I kept mentioning the guy that was saying that. Look, I said Gina Carano was going to beat Ronda Rousey. So it happens.
Hey, I have 2 steak dinners because I thought something was going to happen.
Right.
So, yeah.
Right. Christian Unpronounceable. Glad you're feeling better, John. There you go.
Thank you.
Okay.
Check in with me tomorrow. See for sure. Yeah.
Ronnie, say you watched Spider-Man Brand New Day without saying you watched it. 1, potatoes. 2, I'm every woman. 3, Staten Island. What's yours? Oh man. I would say I probably do this. Whatever the thing is that they do.
Oh yeah. The handshake.
Yeah.
The line of the movie for me is, "What are you blushing, Daffodil? What are you blushing, Daffodil?" That was the line of the movie for me when he says that to Spider-Man. Are you blushing, Daffodil?
Give me John. Stall for some time for a second.
Yeah. One of the lines in the movie would be funny. So Hulk not here anymore. Just Hulk is a good one to remember. With Jean Grey. I don't know. That's the best I could do for you. Sorry.
That's fine. My choice. We are not going to get a MCU Spider-Man movie, are we? I mean, kind of got one here. I know he's saying though, but no, I don't think. I think at this point you just can't do that. So I mean, maybe down the line you could. I don't know. Let's see what happens after Secret Wars.
Why would you? Yeah.
Reggie Brown. Raimi Spider-Man, first movie to do 100 million weekend cartoon in every decade since the 60s, over 25 video games, 2 movies in top 5 of opening weekend. Spider-Man has been a top IP for 60 years now. Yeah, 100%.
Good point, Reggie. Great points.
Ronnie, New York City, a melting pot and a love letter in one film.
I agree. Yeah. New York was such a massive character in this movie. That's what I said in my theater reaction was, if this was like a lost Spider-Man comic book movie, or comic book run that you discovered in a movie theater. And they made New York and they made Spider-Man's connection to New York come to life so well in this film. Yeah.
Black Fiction 73-71. I don't know if you guys thought this, but did you think she was looking for Scott when she said, I'm looking for someone I love? No, because not yet, because I didn't think she was set up in that realm yet. I think you're going to see them meet. Ghost World, 2 Jewels, Silver Star, thank you. 28 Vasco. I remember watching the first Spidey in 2002, high school freshman year with friends, and the shock of how good and its record-breaking $100 million opening back then. I mean, I remember how big. I remember driving back from Las Vegas where they made like It was one of the movies made like 115 million. It was like a huge movie,
Yeah.
and yeah, and it was just like the biggest story because then they did a whole thing on Entourage about how Aquaman beat it.
Yeah.
But this now, I mean, it's like what 2 times that's crazy with the world we live in.
Massive.
Yeah. Christian Unpronounceable. Anyone else's reaction to the VMAX reveal with Star Trek the Motion Picture?
Oh, the
John.
V'ger reveal? You mean the V'ger reveal? Yeah, I could see that connection. I didn't think of that, but that's a good point, Christian. Yeah.
Wiley OFC. Nice to have a good needle drop song for the end credits of a movie with Spider-Man. Movie need to do the Art of End Credits song, and I miss it. Agreed. It was. The music was very well done in the movie. Very well done.
Yeah.
Black Fiction. Do you think the X-Men are already a team with Jean as the newest member? Or will the movie show them forming? I think it shows them form.
Yep.
I think that's why they're so young. Ronnie, shout out to the black guy on the street. Few minutes of screen time and he locked in. Don't know his name, but I hope he stays booked and busy after this so I can learn it. Damn, this is which part?
Is the guy who was taken over when Spidey, like the things blow up and he falls out of the alley and the black dude is there, the son.
Oh, right,
is
right,
there
right,
and
right,
starts
right.
talking to him like as Jean Grey.
Right.
Yeah, he does a
right.
really good
He
job.
was awesome. He was awesome.
Yeah,
he was
yeah.
really good. Yeah, he was really good. Guillaume Labelle. Loved Brand New Day. It has been the best action choreography out of all the Spider movies. Tom Holland at his best. Will definitely get my IMAX tickets for tomorrow. Yeah.
Jackie Chan came out yesterday talking about his stunt team designed the stunts and the fight sequences for the film. So it was Jackie Chan. So when you're seeing him fight the hand, that's all Jackie Chan's team coordinating those fights. So pretty amazing.
Yeah, it was pretty good. Hold on a second. All right, let me make sure I'm sending to the right person here. There we go. Sent it to the wrong person, and there we go. All right. So Haskell, hey guys, WB John, this movie is fantastic. Huge box office for our beloved character. And more mature Holland, Peter, and his story, well-placed humor, great messaging that was enforced. On my way to pick up Sean. There you go. You're both going to Talios.
Nice.
You got to get the burrata slice, both of you. Burrata slice and drizzle the balsamic on it. Don't be morons. Mike Joyce. Did Spider-Man just leave that possessed helicopter pilot trapped in his helicopter after he webbed him up? How did he get out of there? That's another great question.
That's a fair question.
That's a fair question, but there's ways. Carlton Rudder, London Calling. Glad to hear you're better, John.
Thank you, Carlton.
Great one-take episode on the Odyssey on the Cinephiles on holiday next Monday. So catch you soon.
Thanks, Carlton. Thanks to everybody listening to that. Thank you.
The best. Okay. Oh, the cops are coming.
Oh,
all right.
Already?
Already. Okay, let's see. So after that, Tim Sim, given how Jean Grey's X-Men storyline played out in Brand New Day, would this be the blueprint for the other X-Men storylines come before and in the upcoming Mutant Saga? How would you play them? John, what do you think?
Well, I think the Department of Damage Control, there's no accident that they showed them taking Jean's sister and doing what they did to her.
Yeah.
So I imagine there are other people, and those people will be the mutants that become the X-Men. I think they're going to come out of possibly the Department of Damage Control. They have a unifying thing, which is that experience. And that's what's going to bring them together as a team. So I think that wasn't an accident to show how far they were willing to go and that they killed her sister.
Right. And that was pretty crazy. I mean, the way he did that was pretty nuts.
It was brutal.
Yeah. Okay. Let's see. Next one. Saxophony boy. Superman might be the best for boomers and Gen X. Maybe. I mean, yeah, maybe. K-Dog Westmore. Not to be pessimistic, but $3 billion is not in play. Endgame had almost a 60% drop off for week 2. Spider-Man will be at least 40 or more. It'll cap out at 2.4 billion. Okay, again. But you don't know yet because you haven't seen week 2. Now, what we talked about beforehand was exactly what you just said. And I said, if it has like a 20%, 30% drop off in week 2, it's in play. If it has a 60% drop off, K-Dog, then you're probably right. That in the 2.4 bill is probably right. If it has that same, but you're just guaranteeing that it's going to have that 60% drop off. It already beat Endgame domestically. Is it going to beat Endgame overall in week 2? So
Also,
that's
Also, the movie coming out in the summer has more chance of making its money like $3 billion than a movie that comes out over Christmas.
Right.
So I just think the summer,
If-
more kids are out of
right.
school. They'll go over and over and over again. Yeah, it's
And
gonna
you
make
got a little bit more time again
nothing
through
else to
August
challenge.
through September.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. And I mean, look, Endgame still did pretty damn well from December until when did it come out? No. Endgame didn't come out in December. Endgame came out in April.
I thought it came out in December.
No, it came out in April. It was April.
Oh, okay.
So it still had pretty. It's still
Either way,
good.
it was July. So
Yeah, it's still, but that kind of furthers the point even more so. It ran into more competition than Spider-Man will.
yes, the Endgame did for sure. That was a big year.
100%. Tim Sim, also, if MJ is not going to be Peter's love interest, would his next one be Gwen Stacy or Felicia Hardy, and which actress would fill that role? The actress part, I'm always horrible at, Tim, because I don't know. There's so many different people, and I think what they're doing really, really well. And I had this whole conversation the other day on the show, and then with other people outside of the show. Casting in Gen Z and Gen Alpha or whatever it is, that's where you got to cast. You can't cast in the old fart bracket of me and John anymore. You can't do that anymore. Those days are we're not the ones that you need to get into the theater anymore. You need to get, so, and obviously if it's Gwen Stacy or Felicia, you're going to go with those. And I'm not as familiar with the actresses, but I would say either Gwen Stacy or Felicia Hardy. Maybe Felicia Hardy, so you can bring Black Cat. Is that what it is?
Yeah.
What do you think?
Well, I mean, MJ was playing with that Black Dahlia.
Yeah.
And I think that wasn't a coincidence. I think she's going to come back to him, and you just have to. So I think there may be a Gwen Stacy or Felicia Hardy, but I think it's going to be MJ.
Jose Rodriguez, just for conversation's sake. Toby, great Peter, okay Spider-Man. Andrew, great Spider-Man, okay Peter. Tom, great Spider-Man, great Peter. I love Brand New Day. How about you? I think that Andrew's a pretty good both when it comes to what he was given in those movies as well too, and I think that he actually steals the show in No Way Home, because he if you watch those movies, and that is like a finale of his story of the redemption that he has with Gwen and all that stuff too. So I actually think that for me, and it's blasphemy for people, but I would go Tom Holland, Garfield, Toby.
Ooh,
yeah.
Okay.
It's blasphemy for people, I
Definitely
know.
Tom, Toby, Andrew, but I hear you.
Yeah. Gwillem LaBelle. So did Gene kill that crossing guard? Which was the crossing guard? What happened? I don't remember which part.
I don't remember the crossing.
I don't
I think
remember.
it's the one that got hit by the taxi, I believe.
Oh, right.
Oh, that
Yeah, she definitely look. She was. Let's not pretend that she was just like, oh, I'm just kind of doing good things while I'm on my way. She was gonna throw MJ off the damn building.
I'm very confused with people. Like, it's the X-Men, guys. The X-Men are always walking that line and are sometimes tough protagonists to cheer for because they do certain things. Wolverine literally kills motherfuckers, okay? And so it's like this idea that Jean possibly killed. I mean, she's a young, angry, frustrated kid, and so she's going to do stupid things and things of that nature. But I imagine those are things they're going to bring up later as a conversation piece. So people trying to make the X-Men come out as like these pristine, sweet characters, that's not the X-Men.
Right. Saxophony boy. What's up, guys? Hope you're feeling better, John. He is. He's doing good. 124. John's crushing right now.
Thank you.
Supergirl won a quarter of that Spidey box office. Black Fiction, 7371. What lineup do you want to see next movie? We'll definitely see Cyclops. I think it's going to be Cyclops' story, from what I'm hearing. What I'm hearing, it's going to be based around him and probably Jean now too.
Yeah,
which would make sense. Now, see, this is the thing. This is what we haven't talked about.
Okay.
Now that you're going to get, you're probably going to have her even show up in Battle World or whatever it is too, right? Now that they've set her up. But now that you have put her in a potential, let's say it's $2.5 billion movie. Let's say we're released, everybody's on board with it. It can get close to that, right? You now put her in that movie as this character. So when she is now in the X-Men movie, that is more star power you're adding now to those X-Men films, and potentially now saying, because it was beforehand, it's like, oh, who's going to lead the X movies? Well, it could be Jean Grey, it could be Cyclops, it could be Sadie Sink, maybe it could be Cooper Hoffman. Now it's going to be Sadie Sink. It's going to be her. She's going to be in the movie now after coming off of this successful movie. So you already have a marketing piece in play of coming off of a $2.5 billion movie.
Yeah. 100% agree with you.
Yeah.
100%.
Okay. K Dog Westmore. Superman 78 is 1.6 billion adjusted for inflation, by the way. I mean, that's a what? That's a big number, John. I wouldn't roll your eyes.
I don't do adjusted for inflation. Okay.
Let me okay, hold on a second. Okay.
Because then Gone with the Wind is the most that's the biggest box office and no one can ever touch it. And tickets were 10 cents. So,
Nathan Drake, would you say Mario made a quiet billion? Yes. You mean the second one? Yes, 100%. I think Toy Story made a quiet billion. Ronnie, Gen X Kid. And actually, I think, Toy Story I thought was going to be like from what it was looking, I thought it was 1.5 or something. I thought it was going to be.
Yeah.
So, it made a little less. Rugiet can enhance my Peter Tingle. There you go, DJ. You should use it. Johnny, support for Rocha being a good sport. He sure was. Yeah. Razor, old school. I love the return to Spidey's roots, but lamenting that Holland will never be ESU college Spidey as a fan of the 90s cartoon. Love the movie. Yeah, it's like, I like that they went into a different direction and kind of give us a different version, yet there's a lot of it that felt familiar, but yet different.
But you'll always have the 90s cartoons.
True. Jose Rodriguez. Seeing Frank act like a father to Peter at the end just hits emotionally. I agree. Coming from the perspective of Frank's origin, he must have been a good dad. That's what I got out of it.
Yeah.
Yeah. 100%.
Yeah.
I'm going to watch that ad 10 more times today. I guess they're talking about your ad. Battery. That was Rocha's first time wearing the mask with the lights on and not being on all fours, hanging in there, little fella. Go ahead, Rocha.
Keep trying, Battery. Keep trying. Listen, I respect the fact that he wants to keep trying, but you're making yourself look worse because you are not good at it. You're not good at talking shit, but it's a shame. It's a shame. Right. What the little circle want?
With the little circle.
Come on in, little PLD. Come on in, little PLD.
I think he's on your side on that one.
Okay.
The little circle is the best nickname ever. The little circle.
There he goes.
Remember the Little Prince?
Yeah,
the little circle.
Yeah.
Oh my God, that's hilarious. The little Yankee. Happy brand new day. Gents, glad you're better, Rocha. Brand new day is the best live action Spidey movie in my opinion. Wish I could say more, but I'm about to start my day. Have a great day and a safe week, gents. Thank you, little Yankee. You know what's funny about that is after when I saw the movie, there were a few critics I saw after, and they were saying the same thing. And they said, "Do you think it's your favorite Spider-Man movie?" It's so hard for me to judge that right after I come in and see a really good movie because I don't want to just say, "Yeah, it's the best one." And I'm like, I got to look at them all again.
I made that mistake before.
Yeah. Trey Porter, if y'all were a WB executive this morning after seeing the number for Spider-Man, do you talk about moving the date for Dune 3 or still go with an all full confidence in its Doomsday? Unfortunately, you can't at this point. You're locked in with the IMAX stuff. You're locked in. I thought they should have moved Dune a long time ago.
Also, be a fucking man to step up and stand behind your movie. Like I'm cool with it. I think it's good. Let's go toe to toe. Dune 3 is going to be amazing.
I think so too, but I wouldn't want to go up against Doomsday right now. Armada, the third act reminded me a bit of Thunderbolts. Sure, I could see that. I could see the comparisons. Okay. Yeah. Johnny, I was a little disappointed with the use of the villains, but overall, I love the movie. Hopefully, we get to see them in another movie. I know which one you're talking about in general, but again, I think I like the idea of what they were able to do with the story and not making it traditional. I like that it was different.
Yeah.
28 Vasco. I thought of Fallen also. Heard the same from a minor few others. Yeah, I thought of Fallen immediately. I loved it.
Yes, it is.
It's on my side. Yes, it is.
Yeah, copyright strike your PLD. That was really good. And I'll tell you what, I have seen that movie so many times. I don't know if I've seen it since Sopranos because I completely forgot James Gandolfini was in it.
Yeah, I always think of Goodman.
And Elias Koteas starts.
Koteas, right? Who's the
starts with him, and completely forgot that he was in there. Yeah, good pull there, PLD. Just a shorter clip next time. Guys are trying to get the copyright strike on the channel. So Harloff and Rocha, in your heart of hearts, who do you truly believe will win the Cyclops role based on the rumors online? Who's your favorite name? Or what would you like from the new Cyclops after Secret Wars? I like the Cooper Hoffman thing. People are like, oh, he's not in shape. Neither was Chris Pratt as Star-Lord.
Yeah.
And people can pick up a weight. He's in his 20s. He can figure it out. I mean, look at I was a dough ball 2 years ago.
And dollars to donuts. Everyone complaining about Cooper Hoffman's weight are probably heavy themselves. So cut it out. Like let the man act.
I'm saying him.
Good actor.
I'm saying him. Are you hearing anything?
Yeah, I'm not a Drew. I don't know that much about Drew Starkey. So for me, I'm in the Cooper Hoffman camp because I think he's a fantastic actor.
Yeah.
I liked him in Long Walk. I liked him in Warfare. I liked him in everything I've seen him in.
People
So
keep breaking up Jacob Elordi. Jacob Elordi is like 9 feet tall. It really is one of these things that, you know, it like, oh, why does it make a difference? Because when I see Cyclops running and he's 6'7" and he's going up and he's fighting Mr. Sinister, who's 5'10", I'm going, why doesn't Cyclops just pick him up and throw him and then shoot him in the head? Same reason I don't think Bond should be 6'7" or whatever he is.
Right. Oh yeah, for Elordi, yeah.
No.
Yeah, the Drew Starkey stuff, I think sure that makes sense, but I don't know that he's as magnetic as Cooper Hoffman is, in my opinion.
Yeah,
I just don't know that I see that. My opinion, though.
Corpipa. To me, Brand New Day is the best MCU Holland Spider-Man movie. I think it's going to be an argument that people are definitely going to have. Yeah, it seems to be coming up. Yeah. Deal the pickle. Last we saw of Hulk, he was Banner again. He was being put in an ambulance asking if anyone was hurt. They're going to treat him like an abomination. I mean, but after everything he's done, though, outside of what Abomination did, you know, he did so much. Yeah. You know, Hulk. You got to fix that stupid light back there. Clapping Seal, says Darren Farthing. Scorpius, Spider-Verse and Spider-Man 2 are the best overall. You know, I think John and I are on the same page with Spider-Man 2. I appreciate the nostalgia and love behind it. I think it gets very dated the more you watch it.
I can't compare animated to live action.
I'm saying Spider-Man. I'm saying Spider-Man 2.
Yeah, but the Spider-Verse is the one you mentioned there. So for me, I can't even put it in the conversation. I think if I had to rank all the Spider movies, I would do it, but I don't really compare them live action versus animated. So yeah.
Dill the Pickle, do you think that they changed the ending of Brand New Day? Word is it was different and they changed after screens. Apparently, he originally actually dies.
No way.
Nah, they couldn't. No way, unless they were going to. Because because the thing is that he already signed a longer contract, and if they did, they were just going to bring him back again. It's like stupid. Yeah,
it's a trilogy. Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
Live fiction. I think Jean is emotionally broken. The X-Men, especially Scott, will give her the family she's always wanted. I agree with you. They'll help her heal and finally make her feel happy and accepted. 1,000,000%, because she's going to embrace and her and Xavier have a great relationship. So,
yeah.
Okay.
She's 24. Right.
Yeah.
24.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. I'm very curious to see who they're going to get for X. DJ, where is the BetterHelp sponsor for this episode? Pete needs it. Maybe Pete can just eat the heartache away with Factor. Who's Pete? Which one Pete? Is
Peter Parker.
Is he talking about Peter Parker?
Yeah.
Or is he talking about Pete someone else?
Oh, I don't know. I feel like Peter Parker. BetterHelp. He needs that.
Okay. He said, no, I didn't really hear. I guess some people do call him Pete. Armada, Detective Spidey was fun to see too. Yeah, 100%. It was. There it is. Time's to my side. Yes, it is. There you go. Corp. No more girl, no more Banner. Only Hulk. Loved that. Loved it. Too bad Kevin Bacon wasn't in Brand New Day. He would have saved Brand New Day like he would have saved Odyssey or Dune. Bacon helps everything. It's true, Ron H. Definitely helps Tremors. Kevin Bacon can make Christian watch Hollyweed. I don't know. We'll see. Kevin Bacon. Did you hear that Kevin Bacon pays people at weddings, DJs, to not play Footloose?
I did not know.
I heard that because he doesn't want to have to because people want him to dance, so he doesn't. So
if he's there,
if he's at the wedding,
gotcha.
He's at the wedding, he pays them.
That
not
makes
to
sense.
100%. Ron H. Fook, help Rocha again. Stop me, please. Well, and you're not the only one. He's at 131 right now. He's crushing. Going to watch the replay, watching Spidey again, says Poot Shoot Riot. Again, seeing it with my friend again, who hasn't been to a theater since Deadpool and Wolverine. Glad you're feeling better, Rocha. Take care. Yeah, it seems like that is a really creepy picture, by the way.
Right. What do you call that?
The guy in the bubble, I guess.
Plenda the good witch. Plenda the good bitch. What do you call him?
I don't know. All right, let's see. So as for, the same thing as there are people who haven't gone to the movies in a while who are going back to the theaters.
Oh yeah.
Dill the Pickle. When Gene goes into Frank and goes, this guy has issues. That was hilarious. Help with understanding Punisher too. That was hilarious when that happened. That was a great moment. Jose Rodriguez. I love that we finally got to see the scene after Homecoming when Aunt May finds out he's Spider-Man. Oh yeah.
Yes.
Yeah. That was cool to see that too. Yeah. Nathan Drake. Ned is a true bro. He remembers. I love that part. Spoiler, my theory is Metzger's development will eventually be Cerebo. If I get that right, I want some money as a cash price, says Ron H. It's not a bad guess.
Ron, I had the same thought. I thought he was going to say we call this thing Cerebro. I thought he was going to say it. So you and I could share the money, Ron. I had the same feeling.
One more second.
Especially when they were jumping, when they were monitoring her jumps. I was like, that is Cerebro.
Okay, hold on a second.
because they want to use her to find other mutants or other people with powers. So that's essentially what Cerebro does. So
Yeah.
I was waiting for them to say that.
DJ, DOD getting a hold of vibranium after Doomsday and create 616 Wolverine. They're setting the blocks. They're setting up everything. Punk creator. I was afraid of PG-13 Punisher could hurt the character, but I think they managed to pull it off 80% of the time. I had a few moments where I thought Punisher from Daredevil wouldn't do that, but not too many. I think that's fair to say. Like if you're invested and you're watching that much of it, I think that's fair to say. But they also have to work under the understanding that maybe everybody hasn't seen that stuff too.
Also, I wonder if this is set after One Last Kill. Remember, he's a different person coming out of One Last Kill than he was going into One Last Kill.
Yeah,
right. He's got more guilt. It's different. Yeah.
Okay, let's see. Next one here. Samuel Champion. I love that moment between Pete, Ned, and MJ just hanging out. You can tell the sheer joy in Peter's face under the mask of the friendship he's missed for so long. Loved how this movie tackled isolation as effects. 100%. Those little moments like that, to where it just to get it back again, just to feel that moment again.
Yep.
It was pretty great. And the fact that she was like, and she was inviting of it and understanding, it shows who she really is as a person. Yeah. Full Effect. Is Return of the Jedi unedited still dropping for members today? It is, right, PLD? Yeah, it is. Yep. Ron H. Rocha caught a bit of Hulk rage virus with COVID. He should have. Yeah. RC. So we got a Ghost Rider film, but Blade was hard to figure out. Well, I mean, look, again, we haven't gotten the Ghost Rider film yet. They just announced it. They just announced it. Yeah. So, and look, it's also a matter
just like they announced a Blade film. That's a good point.
Yeah, they announced it. Now, let's talk. I would say you're probably going to have a more valid argument, because I think they are going to make it because of where Sean Levy is right now. They didn't have anybody attached to the movie at first. There was rotating doors of directors. So that's why they couldn't figure it out. If Sean Levy leaves, then they'll probably have the same type of problem. But the chances of him leaving right now with what's going on with Star Wars, probably not. So it's probably gonna get made. So that's probably why. I don't think it's a matter of the property. I think it's a matter of the packaging of what they did. Now, if they would have announced Mahershala Ali with Anton Fuqua, like right off the bat, right? That movie gets made. The movie gets made right away. It gets made right away, especially if it was like today after Michael Jackson.
Yeah.
So, yeah. All right, let's see. House Group. Do you think the Holland household could adopt me for Christmas? They're eating good this year. I mean, they're going to own all the households.
They fucking earned it, man.
I know they did. Oshi Yamatsu. Hope Rocha's feeling better. Just sat down for Brand New Day. Enjoy it. Let us know what you think.
Oshi. Yeah.
If you saw the Entertainment Weekly interview of the Doomsday cast at San Diego Comic-Con, the first half was so difficult to watch because it was all questions asking for spoilers. Razor Ultimate. Why would you want to know that right before the movie comes out? I don't get it.
That's what I'm getting at.
Yeah. I don't get it. He says no comment. I think Kristian will have a conflict with John and his show regarding super easy, barely an inconvenience way of turning off mutant powers. It only took 5 minutes. I don't understand that. Do you get it? I think Kristian will have a conflict with John and his show regarding
Peter Parker,
super easy, barely. I don't.
Well, that was, I think it was a good conversation. Like the idea of the inhibitor, this idea of changing who you are or stopping who you are, right? Like hiding who you are. They did a good job with that in the movie, I thought.
Yeah. Right. I think right now it's like Schrodinger's Barbie Part 2. Right now, before you sell Warner Brothers, there's unlimited potential. But if you sell the studio after you make it well, there's not as much value.
Possibly.
Maybe. Yeah, possibly. I don't think that, right. I think it's a great point.
Yeah.
I mean, that is one of those things that deals are in flux right now. Because let's be careful what we're doing. We don't know where the hell this thing's going to land. I don't know if we're going to have the money for this. Or if this deal does fall through, are we going to be up for this? Is Paramount going to be on the hook for the money? Like, there's a lot in play right now. Gregory Dobtrue became a member. Thank you. And especially, as we just mentioned, Return of the Jedi unedited going up after this show. Saxophone, I know you're going to correct me, but I'm so tired of people calling Bill Maher conservative just because he calls out the left. That's a dumb take. I'm not going to correct you. I don't think he's a conservative. I think he's someone who takes conservative takes sometimes. I think he's someone who takes far left takes sometimes. I think he's someone who just in the middle, his brand has changed from being far left to someone in the middle. I think he's had a lot of conservative takes. I don't think you would call him a conservative now, would you?
No, but I would call him a frustrated old man who needs to get off
which
the
is fair.
stage. He needs to get off the stage.
Well, is it? Yeah, I mean, look, that's another conversation. But
Because
as far
I think he's making some inauthentic takes for attention and for clicks and likes. That's
maybe. Well, that those are two different conversations.
right.
As far as, I wouldn't call him a conservative though. No.
Right. I'd have a hard time saying that too.
Yeah. Okay. Alex Meyer saw Brand New Day twice. I absolutely loved it. Yeah, same. I didn't see it twice, but I loved it. RC, why doesn't Taylor Sheridan shows receive the love of the Emmys like they should? He makes the best shows on TV. I think a lot of people see him as soap opera-y, but I don't. I think they're pretty good.
I also think there is a bias against him because of the perception that he's a right-wing guy, even though his shows are not right-wing. If you watch them, they're very purple, which is why I like the shows. Landman is excellent. Lioness is excellent. I don't think Yellowstone is good, but I watched 1883 while I was sick.
1883 is great. Did you just see it for the first time?
Yeah, first time.
I told you. I've been trying to get you to watch that for 2 years. How great is Elizabeth May, by the way, in that show?
Yeah. Her voiceover could use a little more work, but her acting on the screen is good.
I thought she should have been Supergirl. I like Millie Alcock, but I just thought she should have been Supergirl. Yeah. Gregory Dobsher, hi Iron Man. John Rocha, glad to see you back along with Captain Christian, seeing Spider-Man on Wednesday with my dad. Seeing all Marvels with him, 93 and on. I love that. Nice. That's really cool, you guys. But that's like a little tradition. That's cool, man. That's awesome, Greg. I hope you guys enjoy it. Yeah. Andrew Sanchez, I've always been a Maguire Spider guy, but Holland's now my favorite. Fair. I always found something to complain about with him. But him on his own was pure greatness. I think that's what it was, is that he finally got to do his own thing and mature. That's really what it was. Yeah. Jose, I hate the organic webs. Just gross, to be honest. They are gross. It's and I never really I didn't love when they initially did it with Tobey Maguire, but I liked how they incorporated it and made it a thing in Brand New Day. And I liked the way that they did it in this one after you kind of gotten used to it because of Tobey Maguire. Yeah. Matt Sinister McCall, Beth Snyder, James Gunn Poison Rocha last week. Harloff, I'll bet you a steak dinner and my prosthetic arm Ice Cream Man wins next week's box office. Okay. Deal. Tristan, I disagree with everyone who didn't like the PG-13 Punisher in Brand New Day. At the very least, it showed how Marvel Sony can use R-rated characters in PG-13. I'm with you, Tristan. I think that's the major trick there, right, John?
Yeah, I agree. It showed that it can happen with the right writers.
SFL12, Marvel, please keep Destin Daniel Cretton around for a while. Such a talented director. I think that they will. I think they got him locked in for a bit. Yeah, I mean, I know he's doing Naruto. And then they're also, but they're going to get him back with Spider-Man. I think that's one of the reasons. I mean, you probably know more than I do, John, but I think there's one of the reasons that the Wonder Man thing didn't happen. I think that they when they realized he blew up and how busy he's going to be, he doesn't have time to do more TV.
Well, the showrunner said over the weekend in that video, the schedules were laid out. He was fine. Destin was on board. They just made a decision they want to go forward with it. So,
it was also before $1 billion opening on the weekend.
Yeah, you're probably right. But certainly it's not what he. But I think you're right that he was going to be less involved for sure.
Yeah. Donkey Mong, Return of the Jedi, unedited on Patreon. Yep. I believe right after this show. Andrew Sanchez, also very easy to say now, but even prior to Spidey coming out, I always thought it would outgross Doomsday. Spider-Man's too popular and speaks to all. Yeah, I'm not as confident as I was before that that Doomsday's going to beat Spider-Man. Brian Bledsoe, it's a great app, Brian. Even if you add the Reeves Superman movies and just for inflation, Spider-Man still wins the box office.
There you go.
Right. Mad Sinister McCall, can PLD do a jump scare on a guest this week? Yeah, we should. I'm trying to figure out who I'm going to bring on Wednesday because Smetsy's out until September because he's busy with work. So rightfully so. He's doing a lot. So he's coming back in September. So the Wednesdays, I'm filling some time with some Wednesdays. So we're going to bring in some, surprise guests and stuff. Idea. PLD apparently studies a bubble and scares Mike. I don't know if has Mike seen the bubble yet? I don't know. Maybe not. Has he?
I think so.
Maybe. I don't think he'd be scared. Probably laugh.
I'll wear a mask to scare everybody.
Yeah, please. B-Town. What up, Christian? Glad you got better. Glad you got better in time to see Brand New Day Rocha. Absolutely love the film. Haven't felt emotion like that for a movie in a long time. Yeah, the emotion was solid. It was solid for sure. Mung K first. Raise your hand if the May scene made you cry. It made me tear up. He says no comment. You missed some super chats from Rocky and myself. PLD, can you find those and highlight those? Maybe they might be in the actual. If you don't see them in the starred, never look for them in starred because that's if they're lost. They're in. If you go to the super chats in the, you know where to find them. Tell me if those pop up. Mr. Nico 28 Soccer, Finstock, legendary line and post-match with Schnepp. There's two type of people in this world, and I'm neither one of them. It's the best. Longtime Schmodown fan and enjoy living through it again. Love to you guys both. Thank you, Mr. Nico. Yeah, for people who haven't joined, we're almost at 2,000 subscribers on that channel. It's a small little community over there, but I likes it. And we're putting up that title match between Riley and Merle today. Mac of Lee, YCC. Jean should be locked up. She killed the 4 people. Let go at the end. She was my least favorite part of the film. Oh man, I loved her in the film, but I understand the argument behind like some of the stuff that she did.
Did she kill 4 people? Did we see
at least
them being?
You did see at least one.
Did we see them being
the bus?
Which one's the bus?
The one that got hit by the bus. The one she took over, and then the car hits like Final Destination.
But we don't know if he's dead or not.
Oh my god! I don't
see a body.
I don't give it good chances.
Okay.
I don't give the chances pretty good. Alex Meyer, one of my favorite scenes in the movie was when Jean took control of MJ's body. Also, when MJ walked through the red light of the sign, hit MJ's face. Reminded me of the car scene in Homecoming of Bulger. Yeah, I mean that scene was rough. It was rough. I mean, in a good way. In a good way. Thank you, Alex. It was awesome. But yes, there was some really good like possession scenes. Matt Force, just showing some love. Gotta avoid Spidey spoilers. Get some rest, Rocha. Glad you're on the mend.
Thanks.
A lot of support for you. See, Rocha?
I know, it's very kind.
People love you. Grandmaster Choda, you notice MJ drawing was Spidey in Homecoming suit. I didn't notice that.
I did not notice that.
Cool. Oh, that's cool.
Oh shit! I'll catch that next time.
Yeah. Brian Bledsoe, for Disney to get Spider-Man from Sony would be on a level of buying an entire Hollywood studio right now. Yeah, there's no chance. There's no way. There's no way. Zort won. The very first issue of X-Men in the 60s was Jean joining the team as the latest student. So Jean is the audience character because we already know her. Would have loved for new Xavier to be on the bus. That would have been cool, but I don't think they cast him yet. But I was kind of hoping for the same. Yeah.
That's a good point, Zort. Yeah.
Great point, Zort. Brian, 1,000 joules. Thank you, sir. Acel, the question for me isn't if Brand New Day can beat Endgame globally. It's if Brand New Day can beat The Force Awakens, which is the biggest domestic box office haul or not. What's the Force Awakens at?
I think it's $1 billion. Domestic haul.
Okay. PLD says he doesn't see any super chats that we missed. They might not have come through.
Okay.
Yeah. So
that happens.
Yeah. Maddie B.
936 million.
Oh, it's a lot.
Domestic.
That's a lot. Afternoon fellas. Wow. Olivia Booth Ford, 16 years old, plays the older sister of Sadie Sink, 24, despite being much younger than her in real life. That's crazy. Yeah, he didn't tell. Good casting.
Yeah, couldn't even tell. Yeah.
Ace Money. Thank you. Oh, great name, Ace Money. Yeah. Thank you for the donation. John Booze. Dr. Strange made you both forget each other. What do you say or do to the other to break the spell? You say, oh, I know what I would say. To John?
Yep. Yeah.
Andrew Guy was the best Schmodown player of all time. See, he likes it. Yeah, pop him up right there. That would get him back. Get him back real quick.
Oh my god.
So what would you say?
Oh, to remind you?
Yeah.
What would I say? No, I don't want to say what I would say. Let's move on.
Here, put it in the private chat. Or text it to me. You text it to me and I'll
you want me to say it to bust your balls or no? I don't think you want me to
text it. You text it to me.
Okay, all right.
Oh, you just Galaxy Edge? Is that what you do?
Yes.
No. I don't know if
you're not invited to go.
I was perfect. No, we could. It depends on where I am though.
No. You know what I say? Bibiani has a new idea for a storyline.
Bibiani does. That means Twitch. Yeah, yeah. Because the Galaxy, I'm too good of my fucking glasses broke again.
Oh no.
See?
Oh no, the bitch.
Damn it. Break all the time. I can't see anything now, John.
I'm sorry, buddy.
Damn it.
Read these? Can you read these?
I can see it. Okay. Oh my God. Just went to buy IMAX tickets for Thursday or Friday this week, and my local AMC is sold out already. Glad you're feeling better, John. Think $3 billion is possible. Can't wait to support our show, Kristian. Thank you, Arwen. Really, really kind to you. Yeah, I mean, that alone, look at that. I mean, shit, man. Arwen, like I said, I mean, that's what you just put in there is like that's two people close to for the Kickstarter, right? If we did, like I said, if we get 13,000 putting in 25, we make the show. And Armin, people like yourself is just so kind and supportive. I really appreciate it. So thank you, and I'm glad that you're going to see the movie. Please let me know what you think when you see it. Deal a Schauer. A movie that made 360 million has no chance of dropping 30%. That would mean 250 in the second weekend. I can see it doing a 50% drop, making close to 180, which is still insane. Please stop saying no chance of dropping. Please stop saying that, because someone said there's no chance it's going to make 550, and then it made 900. So this movie's breaking records. So don't say it has no chance, because there's no competition. So what if it made 250 in its second weekend? What if it did? What if more people went and saw it that didn't see it, that the tickets were sold out?
Yeah.
Now, odds are probably with you that you might be right, but don't say no chance. I would say this, if I could rewrite that for you. A movie that made 360 million has little chance, or it is highly unlikely, of dropping 30%. Because that would mean, and going into it, because don't say no chance. There is a chance. Maybe an unlikely chance, but there's a chance. Donkey Bump. Spider-Man IMAX is already showing sold-out theaters this weekend, but tickets are supposed to go up tomorrow.
Wow.
I know how that works. Yeah.
Okay.
DD. Hey, guys. Finally catching you live. Feel like you're part of my daily routine since COVID. I love that. I love the great work and smile. Best from Paris, France. Hit me up anytime you guys are visiting. I've been having this whole conversation with my wife yesterday. We had this whole conversation about Europe, about where we're going. She wants to go to Ireland. I want to go to Italy. Definitely want to go to France. So yeah, we're having those conversations, man. But thank you for the very kind words. Lawrence, do you think we'll get Cosmic Spider-Man in Secret Wars? What is that, John? I'm not as familiar.
Yeah, like just a completely different type of Spider-Man with the powers that he has. You know, we'd seen that before, so that's basically what it was implying. And so, yeah, it would be stronger in that approach.
Ronnie,
yeah, I say yeah for sure.
Maybe Uncle Alert 440 joules. Thank you, Ronnie. Aaron Water. How did Hulk remember Peter but not Ned? I understand he does in the comics, but how did Hulk? Hulk
when did he see Ned?
When he says the name, he says the name Ned.
Oh, Ned Leeds, right?
That's what he's saying. But he says, how does Hulk remember Peter? Hulk doesn't remember. You're saying Banner? Peter? He's saying, I'm not sure.
Yeah, I
don't know what you mean there, Aaron, because if you're saying how does Banner not remember, Banner doesn't remember Peter, but shouldn't he remember the name Ned? Then I understand that maybe, but I understand, but Hulk kind of recognizes Peter, I guess. I don't know what you really mean there, Aaron. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
Thunder Sky Dancer. Why is no one talking about the Venom teases with the eyes in Brand New Day? Well, I don't know if that's necessarily the Venom tease, is it?
I don't think it's Man Spider tease.
Yeah,
that's Venom tease.
Ron, Peter Parker is actually pitch meeting following Montreal or Ryan George's YouTube show. Potential problems are always solved. Super easy, barely. I do love that pitch meeting show. It's hilarious. Do you ever watch it?
No.
Oh, you should, dude. It's really funny. Himnalems 5382. Glad you're better, Rocha. Looking forward to the Kickstarter, Christian. Thank you so much. Brand New Day was great. Can't wait to see it again. Did Strange spell not work on Hulk, and that's why he remembered Peter? Also, your mother movie will be showing Ali Blaze movies. When does he remember? He remembers Peter when he's holding him, right? Go ahead, Peter.
I think Hulk, like right before he fell off the building, when he was like about to hurt Spider-Man, I think he said something about it's Peter, and I think Hulk kind of I only saw it last night.
You're right. He does because he's choking him. He says it's Peter.
It's Peter or something like that, and that's what he remembers. But Jean just broke something in Hulk's head, so I don't know.
Yeah, that's true.
Right,
maybe. That's a good call. Thank you, Pildy. Mike Rios became a member. Good time to do it. Mr. I crap and shits. Rocha, did you keep the Luchadore mask from that commercial? Yeah.
No, because they made it for the commercial, so it wasn't like an authentic.
No, it should have been yours. Joseph Gonzalez. I don't know if this
thing down.
You should track it down. Buy it on eBay. I don't know if this is my favorite Holland Spider-Man movie, but this is my favorite Spider-Man to comic book out of the four.
I agree with that. 1,000%. As I said, it felt like a comic book movie.
It did. Michael D. Good evening, gents. Glad you're feeling better, Rocha. Glad to see Brand New Day and Screen X. Fourth time viewing. Have an excellent week, all. Thank you, Michael D. Enjoy it.
I'm so jealous of all of you who have
so many repeat viewings. Yeah. Okay, so we have about 4 left here right now.
Okay, good.
So what we're going to do is we're going to read these out, and then, like I said, then you guys can start putting in. You can start putting in the questions now if you want to about the Kickstarter and anything you have questions about the project in general. If they're here, I'll highlight them as much as I can, and then And then we'll just go until you guys don't want to talk about it anymore. Red 5, hell of a movie, but how did Peter make money? They never addressed it, or did I miss that? Keep it a good word. That is I mean, they don't in the Raimi ones, he's got a pizza job.
I imagine. Oh well, I don't know, because I mean, didn't Tony leave him some stuff? But maybe because he's not Peter. Did people remember? I don't know. It's a good question.
Saved it. Maybe Aunt May left him some money. Who knows? Yeah, it could be it too. Yeah,
Aunt May inheritance.
Maybe. Callum Pritchard. Dune 3 will be the best movie of the year and make $1 billion.
I think it's the only movie that's going to rival the Odyssey. It's the only movie.
Well, maybe we'll see. Last one for now. Okay. Jalen Turner. After Frank was implemented, I have faith that Deadpool can also be incorporated into a PG-13 environment, but depends on who's writing his jokes.
I agree with that.
Yeah, and I think that's the case. Is we're going to see how that works. Oops, sorry.
For sure.
Okay. So, all right. You, John, give us a breakdown real quick. I'm gonna
dip out. Thank you guys so much. Happy Monday. Thanks for everybody coming in. Thanks for all the best wishes. I really appreciate that. I'm still struggling, so I'm not 100%. We'll see how this week goes on this channel. But if you want to subscribe to my channel, please, youtube.com/John Rocha Says for all the stuff. Geek Buddies, Hot Mic, Spill the Tequila, my reactions and reviews, and my new shows coming in as well. More episodes of The Truth. And follow me at The Rocha Says on all my social media. Love you guys. Thanks, Kristian. Take care.
All right, thank you to John. He'll be back here again next week. I actually have to talk to him too about see if he can take over in a couple weeks. There is another one that came in here too. Jack Lewis, what are the chances Tom Holland continues as Spider-Man in the MCU? 95%. Does Sony want to do their own thing now that they have seen Spidey open bigger than the Avengers? Nah. The people would want to make sure that don't fix what ain't broken, So, Mike Joyce, does anyone in the pilot need to work on this provenship? Like I said, I know that this is going to be something. And by the way, like I said, I've opened up the chat for anybody who wants to ask any questions about the show in general, any questions that they have about it as we're moving forward and things that we have coming up. And when there's more information too, you'll be able to ask that stuff when I'm able to let that out there too. But as far as cast and those things go too, I have to put together these first two pieces of the puzzle, and then everything else should kind of fall into play, Mike. Let's see. I'm looking and I'm seeing. Okay. Nothing we did that one. I'm trying to look. Sorry, I'm going through this as we're moving. All right. Maybe I asked them too late, but either way, I'll open it for 2 more seconds while I close out. And if not, we'll just get the hell out of here and we'll come back tomorrow. I'm going to try to do this every day. So more things. Big Bang says, what are my MCU Spider-Man rankings? I got to see the movie again, but I would put this one pretty high is what I can say about that for sure. Okay. All right. There's one. Asel. I know you're looking for 25 on average, but are you going to have cheaper tiers than that? Yes. Someone asked that last week, Asel, and we will. We're going to have, I think there's going to be a $10, just donation in general, but yes, 100%. I'm using that $25, 13,000 to let people kind of know in general, like the overall goal. This is what, if we have this many people, we just hit 231,000 subscribers. If 13,000 people donate 25, we make the show and make it the way that we want to make it. That's kind of what I'm just presenting to everybody. So they know. Okay. Can you bring the director on Wednesday? Sticks said, I'm going to get on the phone with the director today so I can ask that question, but I know that we were trying to wait until we get a little closer to the launch, but I can certainly bring it up and see. Rocha is gone. Jason, what's better than Rocha? I know he didn't bring that up, Ron H. It's true. So Mike, here's a question. Would you write a comedy if our show does well? Well, this is, you mean a movie? Because this is a comedy, the show. LJ Films and Gaming. Kristian, for your show, are there any voiceover rules to fill background ambient noise? The answer to that is most likely with radio stuff and other things too. Most likely. I don't know yet, but most likely for sure. Okay. Frankie. What's up, Frankie? Did AMC doing 24-hour screenings for the opening weekend help? Maybe. And how did not having IMAX maybe impacted? I went to Amazon screening. It was full. Maybe on both, but I think, Frankie, what I'm curious about is what is going to happen once they open the IMAX. Like, what happens there? Like, that's what I'm saying. Like, don't count out. There's no chance of it happening. The drop off and all that other stuff too, because they didn't even open with IMAX. Usually they open with IMAX first. So, not sure. Does Doomsday have a better chance for $3 billion? Us as Big Bang. If Doomsday is awesome and really and can have this kind of hype because one of the reasons that Spider-Man is doing as well as it is, obviously because the IP is Spider-Man, but it's also doing well because it's a really good movie. And that's kind of my point. If Doomsday is awesome, it has a chance to do really, really well. Joshua Gonzalez, any cameos in your show that you want to keep silent until it's seen? Well, this is one of the things that we're talking about too, Joshua, is that we have to know, first of all, like I said, when we have the ultimate goal of what we want to hit, but then there's the goal that if we only hit that, then we'll make the show. And people have said, like, what if you make over that? It's like, look, if I can make offers to people, different cast that we didn't think was realistic before, that we can, and not just outside of the cameos, I mean, not just outside of the actual appearances, cameos and stuff too, of reaching out to people to try to do things. That's what we have to put into play. And that's one of the, to me, attractive things about the Kickstarters too. You guys, whoever's doing, be able to see that whole process and watching it form as it happens. That's kind of what I wanted to show, is like how a TV show is made. Okay, let's see. Next one, Ron H. If Kevin Bacon was in Brand New Day, $3 billion easily. All right, that's fair. Okay, Jimmy. Question: I might be living under a rock. What's your show going to be about? Do we know yet? Excited to see. Thank you, Jimmy. You're not living on a rock. What I've been saying, I've been giving kind of tidbits about what I can say. Is like the tone of it. I always kind of put like a, I say the Bear meets Hacks with a sprinkle of kind of Californication. It's comedy drama. It's about really these two main characters living in a generation, then they're trying to stay relevant. And then it's a matter of how do they stay relevant with everything else about them just taking off at a full different speed. Okay. Saul, there he is. So are you doing anything to get prepared for your, this is a great question, Saul. Are you doing anything to prepare for your first scripted role in a long time? I've been doing various things in general. I've been trying to think as much as I can in the character's headspace for a bit. And I've been doing other exercises and other things that I did. People forget I went to theater school and other things that I had. And my father-in-law was a professor at USC and theater for a long time. So there's a lot I have been prepping for. But yes, I have been doing quite a few things. Mike, if our show goes well, would you back to do a stand-up show or special? I mean, I'm doing stand-up comedy. Thank you for that. Right now, they unfortunately posted the wrong address. And I took myself off of the tag because I don't want people to get confused. But there is, we are doing a show in October at the brokerage in Belmore on October 8th, which the link for those tickets are in there. So I am, I dabble in it still. So there you go. Rando guy, just over under 2.5 more Holland Spider-Man movies, and thoughts on X-Men cast rumors like Cyclops, Rogue, and any other. It depends. You're talking about just on their own or appearances. Appearances, I'd go over. Movies, I'd say 2 more is probably the last 2 Holland movies we're probably going to get, I would guess. Okay. So, PLD, what's going on here? Because you said no.
I don't see them. But ever since you made me an editor in the channel, I don't see any super chats in the YouTube studio itself.
Hold on.
So maybe
let me see. So let me see who we're missing, because I'm going to go to. Let me switch. I'm going to check. So can you PLD at least get me who's saying that we missed some? Because while I want to bring this up. So there were a couple that we missed. I don't know. Is Luke around? Can Luke help us with this? Because it's hard for me to do both. Let me see. Hold on.
I don't know if you can see me either if he's just an editor on the channel now, though. I don't know, because I can see. I think it's an editor thing. We don't see.
Let me see. Hold on. Let me see if I go all the way down. Spider-Man Brand New Day.
I think you have to be a manager or something to be able to see it.
Let me see. All right, hold on.
Nathan Drake was one of them.
All right, so the first one I get. Oh, okay. Hold on.
And Rocky, I guess, had a bunch of them.
So I see. Okay, Tom Hanks, round 2 of the Odyssey this weekend, 70mm IMAX this weekend, which was stunning. They showed a scene from Dune 3 before, which looked insane. Okay, I'm excited to see Dune 3, and he follows it up. Spider-Man was awesome. Great year for movies. It was, Tom. So now we got Sam Macias. Would you say Sam? Oh no, we didn't see this one from Sam. It says, "Hey Christian and Mr. July Rocha, I love Spidey Brand New Day. My criticism is, why is Peter buying Little Caesars? He lives in New York and he buys Caesar's Pizza. Jokes aside, I had a great time." Well, that's definitely a sponsor for sure.
Absolutely.
Yeah. And then he says, "No comment. Longtime fan. Why have all these missed? Longtime fan, first time super chat. So Spider-Man is the MCU's worst kept secret. Punisher shot Spider-Man. I felt more when Toby got stabbed. End credits. Spider-Man is now in space, like in Avengers: Infinity War, but there are two, not MM. I don't know what not MM is. Not sure. No, but either way. So let me see if I can do this. Hold on, let me try this because if I missed a bunch, I want to make sure that I get them. Hold on. Okay. Yeah, we got to try to keep up on that. I don't know what happened there. All right. So let me try this and let me see. No, can't do that. Can I do that? Yeah, I think I can do that. Hold on. Sorry, guys. Just trying to do this. All right, you seeing that, PLD?
Yes.
All right. Okay, so let's go. Where is it? Haven't been. Oh, we did that one. Oh, where it is. Okay. I don't know why this does it this way. Can I get Rocha to win? We did that already. Yeah, we got to try to figure out a better system to this because this, like, I don't know how we missed all these.
I think if you make me a manager, at least I can see them and grab them back from the thing. But like until then, I don't know what else.
All right, I don't think this is the right way to introduce Jean Grey to the MCU, says Ramsey. Especially with the great Spider-Man villains available instead. I disagree with you. I like the way that they did that in general. Oh yeah, we got to go back here. Hold on. So back to. I'm mixed on Brand New Day. The action swinging Peter's growth are the trilogy's best. Peter and MJ's relationship is also the best. Their chemistry works and the emotional beats land. He said, okay, that's great. My biggest issue is Jean is the villain. So he thinks great, but Jean's writing gives her a basic motivation and makes her actions hard to support. And then left Jean as a man. Okay, I mean, these are all fair for sure. Damage control still feels bland. The humor was meh, and the Punisher felt forced. The last two parts I don't agree with, but the first part I can understand your points. Some nitpicks are also wish we saw Peter struggle more financially since he has plenty of tech. I also don't think this was the right way to introduce Jean Grey to the MCU, especially with so many great Spider-Man villains available instead. I mean, look, this is definitely your personal thing here, Ramsey. But I'm with, but I just think that they approached it all right. And, it looks like it resonated with most people. It just didn't seem like it landed with you for the most part. Overall, it's a good Spider-Man movie with strong highs, but weak villains and uneven writing holds it back. I don't share the overwhelming praise. That's fair. I think you presented yourself in a very strong way here. I wanted to love it, but I felt underwhelmed. And then last one, I'm so glad that we were able to find these, Ramsey. Thank you for all these. I would have been pissed off too if we put all this stuff and didn't go in there. 6-6. I honestly feel bad that I didn't enjoy it as much as everyone else. Maybe I'm drifting away from this style of movie. It's all subjective, though. My opinion doesn't really matter. Well, that's not true. Your opinion, of course, it matters because you're paying customer to the people you went to see the movie for. So of course your opinion matters. The question is, it doesn't seem like you're in the majority. I've been there before, for sure. Anyway, thanks for letting me get on my soapbox. You guys are great, and I hope everyone has a wonderful rest of the day. I think you presented yourself really well there, Ramsey. Nathan Drake, Jean throws MJ off a building. She got issues, tons of issues. Yes. Noah Lawson, watching your Kenobi reaction makes me. You know what I think might have happened, PLD? This might be all before the show started, maybe.
Yeah, probably.
Yeah. Noah Lawson, watching your Kenobi reaction makes me see how much worse the show is now. The show is terrible. I find the Disney Plus shows are not rewatchable. The acting, pacing, and writing is very flat and dull. It's snooze visually. It's amazing. I kept telling people are finding the Patterson cover the first time and finding it and loving it. So I hope people check out the reaction.
Yeah.
Nathan Drake, loved the movie, but for me, Punisher just doesn't work. Oh, we think that okay. Now,
right, yeah.
Okay, now we are. So I think is that everything else? Oh, so that makes more sense now. Because when we got to that one before, the Ramsey one,
right,
and it was like I was like, well, where did that come from? Okay, so that makes sense. So I think we got everybody's thing there.
I think so too.
All right, sorry about that, everybody. So let me go back, and let's see. So I think I got everybody's. Hopefully, let me know. Ron H. If Kristian watched Hollywood, $3 billion easy, maybe. Okay. Okay. Lewis. Toronana. If you like Hokum, you should watch Oddity. It's by the same director. Which one is which one's Oddity? I don't know.
Oh, is this a movie? I don't know much about it. Yeah. I just heard it's by the Hokum director as well. So.
Aesel, are you guys thinking about any TV film festivals to submit the pilot to once it's made to help get more buzz? The first goal is to get it done. and then there's depending on after you finish it, then the plan comes into where are we going with it next. Yeah. Could you do a live stream as your character? Wade, I think there'll be some stuff offered on the actual Patreon or Patreon, the Kickstarter itself. But yeah.
I remember when the Flirt and Flash did an interview on Call to Action.
Oh, the best. The best. Ron H. If Kevin Bacon is in trending 3 billion, I'd love to put him in there for sure. Okay. Let's see. I'm trying to go through now because I was going through all those questions, but sorry guys. And then we're gonna call it a day because I do have this call at 3. Johnny, is the stand-up comedy scene bigger in LA or New York? I mean, I can say that I don't know. I'm not as caught up with it now as I was when I was doing it. But it was back and forth. New York and LA were the two top things. To me, LA was the scene. It was easier for me to get stage time in LA than it was in New York. But I also put a lot more, I was putting a lot more time in the LA scene. Okay. All right. Let's see what else. That's, okay. Trying to go through it. Sorry.
I don't see anything more about our show.
Okay.
That I can say.
Going through it, and then we'll call it a wrap. If not, do you think that Gene is too evil? Right? No, I don't. No, I think pissed off and almost going down a dark side. But all right, listen. Thank you guys so much for being here. Really appreciate it. It was a fun show. Thank you to PLD. I'm going to jump into the single for a second here too. Oh wait, there is one more here too. This is a joke. This is Tears and Rocha and PLD to trip together. I might be tempted to bankrupt myself. I mean, yeah, I'd have to get them to do it for sure. What was it, Sam? Just throw it in. Throw it in again if you can. And I'll highlight it before we thank you to Sam. Thank you to MK for doing the time codes. Thank you to all you guys. I really appreciate it. There's another one here too. Another one from Mike. Thank you, Mike. If our show does well and you and the other seasons do well, what is your future? What is your future about this channel? Well, the channel is the future is to continue to build out the channel, right? And to continue to do stuff, with you guys in general on this stuff, and to continue to have more resources to do more things. And my goal with the future of the channel too is what I've always wanted to do is I'd have that better access to interviews is kind of what I'm hoping for. That's the one thing I really want to be able to do that. So there you go. Okay. So I forgot the age of the influencer character, but today I might have thought of more names for actresses to consider. What age is that character again? I think anywhere between early 20s and mid 20s. Yeah. Okay, let's see anything else too. Saul, will there be a phone number for me to call into the pilot as it films? Well, there's going to be opportunity for people to actually be on like video calls and stuff with people in the show for sure. All right. Thank you guys for being here. Appreciate it. Comment, like, subscribe, do all that and more. You guys rule. Thanks to PLD, Luke, Jonathan, everybody who helps make this show. And we'll see you guys back here tomorrow with myself and Roxy's going to be on tomorrow. It's going to be myself, Mike, and Roxy tomorrow. So we'll see you guys back here tomorrow. I'm going to get some of the reactions up, and that's it. So thanks for being here. See you on the flip side. Bye.
Did you shit in there?